Blackpool, it's a huge day of darts ahead. Later on tonight from 7 o'clock we'll have all the build-up to the big final of the men's World Matchplay, the PDC World Matchplay. Luke Littler taking on James Wade. But this afternoon it's the turn of the women's World Matchplay. The 8 qualifiers looking to get their hands on the trophy and the £10,000 first prize. 8 players going into action. Can Bo Greaves make it 3 on the spin in Blackpool? Or one of the other 7 get their hands on the title? We're about to find out all the action, quarterfinals, semi-finals and final to come. We're live on talkSPORT 2, on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel as well. Make sure you join us, like and subscribe over there. I'm Mark Wilson alongside Paul Nicholson, Chris Mason and Ian Danter, our team here this afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. I mean, we'll talk about, not after the Lawmare show, but I tell you, last night was probably the best night of live darts I've ever seen. Paul Nicholson, what do you make of it?
It was up there for me. I've seen some great sessions, but last night was just wall to wall from start to finish. And there were people leaving here last night thinking, I'm not going to sleep for hours, because the adrenaline that people were feeling from the action they saw was maybe something these fans have never experienced in Blackpool. Speaking to some of the backroom staff from the Professional Darts Corporation, they all believe it was the best night of match play action they've ever watched. And I can't disagree with that, because you had 38 legs in the first game, and then you had almost everything happen with Littler and Rock. You had a comeback, a 9-darter, a 170 finish, and lots of other stuff, and of course a record amount of 180s in a game here at Blackpool in 29.
Steady old night, Chris.
It was mind-blowing, wasn't it? That if the first game wasn't enough, that had plenty of drama and quality. I mean, the average for the night combined is way over 100. It was quite remarkable. Every player contributed, and everybody brought their A game.
If anybody has a slight on last night, and there are critics, no matter how good the action is always going to be, but I think the biggest proof that last night was the best semi-finals night we've ever had since 1994 is that all 4 players averaged over 100. That has never happened before.
Yeah, sensational stuff.
And we had the ultimate perfect leg with no missed darts in it. I mean, I'm not sure how it came about that it was the second best leg ever, because, well, in that particular leg they're talking about with Michael and Michael, there was a missed dart, a double. In the one last night, there was nothing missed. It was very, very special indeed, and well, the final is fascinating, isn't it? But we'll of course talk about that at 7 o'clock.
We
tonight.
will. Speaking of very, very special, we're about to see the greatest women's darts player on the planet right now in Bo Greaves, who's looking to make it 3 successive World Matchplay titles. She topped the rankings, more than double her nearest opponent. Not only that, she features very highly on the Challenge Tour, the Development Tour. She is a woman at the minute with the darting world in the palm of her hand, Bo Greaves. Do you think next year she will be a professional darts player all in?
Well, I think this question was brought up 12 months ago, and we all tilted our head and said, we're not sure if it's the right move at this point in time, because she wanted to get a 3rd World Championship in a row. She definitely got that one by strolling through Lakeside back in December. But things have been different this year. She's almost drip-fed what she wants to do next. Going to the Development Tour, which is of course the tour for under 25s within the PDC system, and that is for boys and girls. Then you've got the Challenge Tour, which is the 2nd tier system away from the tour card system. She's played in that as well. But there was one point this year where she had the darting world at her feet, and nobody was talking about Littler, nobody was talking about Wade or anybody like that. Everybody was talking about Greaves, because she was leading the Women's Series Order of Merit, she was leading the Development Tour rankings and the Challenge Tour rankings at the same time. So to answer your question, I think because of what we've seen the last 6 months and what we might say this afternoon, I think she's more likely to be a professional player in 2026.
We'll get Chris's thoughts on that in just a moment. One thing that is for sure, Bo Greaves is going to be a very warm favourite here for a 3rd successive women's match. But let's get the very latest odds then with William Hill.
talkSPORT.gambleaware.org.
Good afternoon to Sam Norris. Sam, looking forward to this one. What have you got for us?
Yeah, well, you said it, Mark. Bogreaves has to be chalked up as a favourite. She has to be odds on 2 to 5. Looking for the three-peat. Nolan van Leuven is on the board at 11 to 2. Fallon Sherrock is 13 to 2. Lisa Ashton 12 to 1. Then we come to Gemma Hayter at 14 to 1. I think if you're looking for a bet away from Bogreaves, firstly, you've got to back someone in the opposite half of the draw to Bo. And Gemma Hayter is in the opposite half of the draw. She must be one of the most improved players in women's darts over the last year or so. Has played an awful lot of Moda Super Series. We know what a good breeding ground that can be. You look up, what Bradley Brooks has done on his return to the tour, having played a lot of Modas. She's got a lot of darts under the belt. Gemma Hayter is improving all the time. She plays Fallon Sherrock in the first round. She's 11 to 10 to get past Fallon Sherrock, who conversely hasn't played a lot of darts this year. The problem is, I guess, Sherrock seems to be 5-10 points better on her average when she gets onto a big stage. But I genuinely believe the winner of that first round match will go all the way to the final. I know Van Leuven is in that half of the draw as well. But I think if you're after something at a price, Gemma Hayter 14 to 1 to win it. I think it'll be tough to beat Bo. Going to be, close to impossible to beat Bo, obviously, in the final. But she's 11 to 10 used to beat Sherrock. I think that's interesting. She's the angle in for me, Mark. But obviously, Bogreaves have to be an odds-on favourite. She's 10 on to win her quarter-final match and 2 to 5 to win the lot.
Okay, what about the double then? If we add in Mr. Littler later on, he's going to be another warm favourite, isn't he? What would that double be paying us?
Yeah, he's the short price favourite as well tonight for the men. You get 2 to 5 on Bogreaves going into. What kind of find the prices for Littler tonight? I can't remember what price he's 1 to 6.
Well,
so 2 to 5 and 1 to 6. Yeah, it's not. You're not going to retire on it, Mark. Put it that way. It's a 0.6 to 1.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's just thinking ahead to tonight. So you're going then bottom half of the draw. Gemma Hayter to beat Sherrock in round 1 then.
Yeah, I like that at 11 to 10, and you've got to have a little nibble on 14 to 1 outright as well. And one more thing I'll throw you away betting wise actually for tonight, Mark. The tournament winning double in the men's final, double 10 3 to 1. These are the best 2 double 10 hitters in the world, aren't they?
Yeah, fair enough. I like it, Sam. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon. Those were the very latest odds with William Hill. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly. BigGambleAware.org.
In the zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18 plus. GambleAware.org.
Good stuff. Bogreaves short price favourite. We've got to talk about the other competitors. The draw. Bogreaves takes on the debutant Kirsty Vinikainen, and it's Lisa Ashton against Robin Bird, Noah van Leuven against Lorraine Winstanley, and Fallon Sherrock against Gemma Hayter. Sam, keen maybe to get Fallon beaten later on. Interesting interview with Fallon yesterday. She's got an ongoing health issue. She thought she was going to have to take significant time away from the game. That might not be the case now. Has Fallon been surpassed now as the leading women's darts player?
Yeah, I think you only got to look back to last year. Bo's it in numbers that we have seen. Listen, Fallon goes under the radar. That Grand Slam performance where she pushed Peter Wright, a very good Peter Wright as well, right to the limit, and she in the World Series she had Michael van Gerwen in an absolute world of trouble. He had to find his best. She's a phenomenal player and reminds me a bit like Dimitri, really. She gets on that stage and just comes alive. Her eyes brighten. If anybody could topple Bo right now, it may be Fallon, because she just has that Fallon factor when she gets on a big stage, and she loves proving us wrong. She's a prestigious talent, but has had health issues, which has hampered her massively over the last 12 months.
Fallon's been around a long time. She's had a lot of pressure on her shoulders, especially over the last 6 years. And I think she shouldered that incredibly gracefully. I think whatever troubles she's going through right now health-wise, providing that she can come through these things over the next year or two and have a clean bill of health for a period of another decade, I'm convinced that there's another phase to Fallon's career. And maybe the loggerheads that we could see with Bo and Fallon, it might not be in 2025. If we look forward a little bit to maybe 2028, 2029, they might actually be at their peak then.
Yeah, I agree. And they both made history down at the Super Series, didn't they? Fallon hitting the first ever televised 9-darter, and Bo Greaves producing the highest ever women's average we've seen. It was over 114. So that just shows you where both their ceilings are, especially when Fallon, when she's right. The fundamentals are absolutely incredible, as they are with Bo. So it's, you know, it's not an accident they're as good as they are. They both have two of the most stunning throws in darts, never mind confusing it all with male and female. They're just incredible players, and a joy to watch. And Bo, when she's on it, listen, she's the most dominant force in darts right now. She's won 10 women's series this year.
Well, the fact that she's beaten Josh Rock on the Pro Tour this year, that says it all. And everybody who's been listening to talkSPORT 2 this week knows how good Josh Rock has played this year. So it's not as if any wins she's had, both at second tier or Pro Tour level as an invite this season, she hasn't been running into people who have been playing poorly, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think she's genuinely the only woman I've ever seen that may be able to compete on that Pro Tour. The people don't understand. Yes, she's big average. She had 98.75 average last year in a race to 6. Well, that's the race they play on the Pro Tour until the semis and the finals. If you actually look at her numbers for the year and then compare that with the top 32, she's still off the pace. As incredible as she is, that the Pro Tour is just brutal. But I'm with Nico in the fact that I think we'll see a second phase to Fallon, and I think if you throw Bo Greaves and she's full-time on that Pro Tour, it'll either make you or break you. I think it makes her. I think she improves. Yeah,
looks like she is ready. She is up against the debutant, the Finnish debutant in round 1, Paul. It's going to be a tough ask for Kirsi. It's the nightmare. It's the draw no one wanted, isn't it?
I think you've got to give Vinakainen a lot of credit for getting to this tournament, because Scandinavian darts for the ladies, it's had glory days in previous decades. It's gone a little bit quiet over the last 10 to 15 years, but she has been the shining light of Scandinavian darts over the last 2 or 3 seasons. She's won a title in women's weeks at the Motor Super Series. Bo hasn't. So we've got to take Kirsi Vinakainen seriously. She plays a pace of game that Bo will not like, and even though the head-to-head record is majorly in Bo's favour, if there is a little bit of tentative nature with Bo, it tends to be in her first game. She's never lost on this stage. She might never lose on this stage, but this is a draw that will have Bo's attention.
Yeah, she opened with a 70-odd average last year, and Nico's right. If there's any vulnerability about Bo, it tends to be in the early game, and she's on first against a player who's got levels to her game. I watched a lot of her down at Modus. She's got a lovely throw, and she can play in streaks, can't she?
Yeah, and she likes best of 7. She's got a lot of experience of that, playing WDF around Scandinavia and around Europe. This is going to be best of 7 in the first round. But I remember seeing Kirsi this year in one of the games she played down at Portsmouth at the Motor Super Series in a women's week. It was on a Tuesday, and she averaged just under 100 for best of 7 legs, and it could have been about 103, 104 had she taken care of the game quicker. So if she can get comfortable, those are the kind of levels that Bo's going to be up against.
Yeah, just looking at the Greaves record, yet to taste defeat here. 6 wins from 6, 2 titles to a name. We're not far away from the action starting, and it does start with the defending champion Bo Greaves in action. Mason Dancer will be with us later on for game number 2, but the action about to get underway here in Blackpool. It is the PDC Women's World Matchplay. Quarterfinals, semi-finals and final. Will it be a three-peat for Bo Greaves, or will there be an upset?
Brought to you by the PDC, and we are live on Sky Sports. Firstly, would you please welcome, from Finland, making her Winter Garden debut, it's Kirsi Vinny.
Well, it's a draw that nobody wanted, but someone had to get. But it's Paul Nicholson said, Kirsty Vinikainen has won a title this year. Big Fallon Sherrock en route to that win. She's making her way down, signing a few autographs. Good to see a decent crowd building up here this afternoon. Big moment, playing on the big stage in front of the cameras. It's going to be interesting how she can handle that fact.
Yeah, this is huge for Kirsty. She's a lovely lady. She's incredibly focused when she's on the hockey. She's dangerous, but you can tell that walking up the steps, she's in awe of this place. And why wouldn't she be? She curtsies to everybody that she sees on the stage, including MC for this one, Lewis Jones.
And now, would you please welcome, chasing down her 3rd Women's World Matchplay title, from Doncaster, England,
Well, if Kirsty looks a little bit nervous making her way to the stage, Bo Greaves looks perfectly at home, and why wouldn't you be? 6 wins from 6 here. The dominant force in women's darts. Taking time to sign the autographs. Such a huge future in front of this young lady from Doncaster. Family and friends here, plenty of support for Bo. Is she going to make it 7 in a row?
I'll tell you what, I think she's brought half of Doncaster with her. Why wouldn't she? She is a big favourite for the title, but you can only do one step at a time. First step is the quarter-final against Kirsty Vinikainen of Finland. Plenty of fans out there. And wherever she's gone this year, she has been successful. This is just another step on her ladder.
It is. Winner of this one will take on either Lisa Ashton or Robin Byrne in the semi-final. It is a best of 7. It's a best of 9 semi-final, and the final the best of 11. Bo Greaves in a black and grey dart shirt, and the black for Kirsty Vinikainen, and the pink floral on the shirt sleeves. The Women's World Matchplay about to get underway. You can get involved on the comments on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Please remember to like and subscribe. It's clearly a big moment for Kirsty Vinikainen. She looked quite emotional when she got onto the stage, and handling that side of it is almost as important as throwing your darts, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You look at different sports people over the years when they're confronted with big arenas and big time situations. Look at Oliver McCall when he was fighting Frank Bruno in a massive stadium. He was crying on the walk-on. And when Kirsty Vinikainen was walking up the carpet and then up the steps, she was doing everything deliberately, one step at a time, and that's exactly how she's got to approach this game. It is quick-fire darts. They've spent the last year trying to qualify for this because the Women's World Matchplay race started last August. The reason why Gemma Hayter is actually in this tournament, playing Fallon Sherrock later, is because her best results came after last year's Women's World Matchplay. But Kirsty Vinikainen's been really steady, number 8 in the race over the last 12 months, and that's why she's playing the number 1 seed, Bo Greaves, who does throw first.
Yeah, Greaves then with the throw. And straight into the red bit, and a 140 to kick off the title defence. Will it be a three-peat for Greaves? Can Vinikainen produce the mother of all upsets?
Greaves in with a 140 to start things off, and she looked really, really comfortable with that. In previous years, it's taken her a leg or two to get going. Right here, no time at all. Might even be another 140 to back it up. A ton will do. Vinikainen is one of the most deliberate players on the women's series circuit. Stares through the board with a little bit of relaxation in the eyes, through the spectacles. And she's got highlights in, especially for this tournament. A little bit of gold and a little bit of powder blue.
Greaves staying straight. Another ton down to 161. Vinikainen has been straight, but 6 single 20s thus far. And that won't be enough to beat Greaves. Slithers into the 1. It's quite a slow, methodical style, and this not a great visit.
27.
Yeah, only 27. Should be disappointed with that, as Greaves looking at 161.
First start as a 60, down for the 17s. Doesn't get the treble.
97.
But she's eating away at this first leg. Very, very well indeed. 12 darts thrown, leaves 64. Vinikainen of Finland 290 points behind. The head-to-head record between these two, Mark, 11-1 to Greaves. That doesn't make for good reading for the Finn.
No.
64.
There's not many who've got a good record against Bo Greaves, let's be fair. Single 16, hit twice, that leaves the double. And that's a clinical start. 15 dart, hold of throw from Bo Greaves. Well, it took a year for Kirsi Vinikainen to qualify here, and it might be over in a matter of minutes.
Greaves does hold the tournament average record. She set it last year in the final against Fallon Sherrock. That game had 9 legs. Greaves won at 6 legs to 3, averaging 98.75. There are some great players who have come in and out of these doors over the last 31 years who have never averaged that high.
93.
She is genuinely a world-class talent, and I think if they had some sort of Ryder Cup style format in this sport, and it was the UK and Ireland versus the rest of the world, I think Greaves would be in the team.
Yeah, she is an outstanding player. Vinikainen down to 3-4-1. 2 visits in, hold a throw here, will just settle any nerves. Greaves hot in pursuit. Finds a treble 19. It's been a really solid start from Bo Greaves.
Yeah, really dependable stuff. Winner of the last couple of titles here in Blackpool, and winner of 10 Women's Series titles this season, including the last 5 in a row. A steady ton there from Vinikainen. Has a nice 1 dart advantage here, but for how long? Nice crowd here in Blackpool here this afternoon. Nice to see that everybody's supporting the girls too.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm going to say it now. I think it's probably the biggest crowd that the women's match play has had. I'm looking around the arena. There's not that many spare seats around. And of course, the tickets are that hard to get for the PDC World Matchplay that the women's match play is often an introduction for fans here.
I'd pay to come and watch these girls play. I think they've done incredible stuff for the sport as a whole. And there's a 180 from Greaves. Just when she's in a little bit of trouble, she brings in the 180 card to leave 92. Vinikainen on 101 to get her first leg on this stage. There's a treble 20. Needs a single, gets it. That's a single 1 for tops to make it 1-1. Way over the top, meaning Greaves has a chance to double the lead at 2-0.
Yeah, 92 needed. Only the single hit, 72 left. Oh, hits the treble 20, that leaves double 6. Both players have had a dart to win the second leg then. But Vinikainen, after that nervy first start at a double, has now got 3 in hand and just takes a moment.
I've never seen Vinikainen look this nervous. How can she manage it? Second dart at tops in the second leg. It's a little bit closer, but it's still over the top. 1 left. All 3 a little bit too high. And you can't do that against Bo Greaves most of the time. She's on double 6. Misses it just a little bit to the right. Could use it as a marker, but doesn't. Double 3. This is all 3, so Vinikainen let off the hook here.
Yeah, another moment. You can feel the pressure. Just trying to compose herself here. Tops needed. Again, it's high. Oh, this is a lonely old place for Vinikainen. That's 7. This is a 7th dart. And again, it's over the top. In practice, those probably 5 of those would have gone in. But it's not in practice. This is the real deal. Double 3. Bo Greaves inside. 1 for double 1. And she's pushed her score. What a dramatic opening here.
Just when we thought Greaves, starting with a 15 darter, was feeling settled, this second leg is very unsettling. Vinnikainen's had multiple visits at tops, still has 40 left, but not anymore. And it is incredible what that will do for her now. She's 1-1 in this first game of the Women's World Matchplay in 2025. Now she can breathe out, knowing that she's found a double. Interesting times. And Greaves in the background when that tops was hit, just saying to herself, why on earth did I miss so many darts at double in a game that's only best of 7 legs?
Yeah, look, I think Greaves, after she missed the first 3, would have just thinking, oh, come on, just hit this, Kersey, and we'll move on and get on with leg 3. But I think what we can't overlook in that leg there, as Greaves comes up with a 2 treble visit to get down to 267, Vinnikainen on 401, but Vinnikainen there threw a really good leg of darts. All right, missed doubles at the end of it, but just signs she's settling in here now. And in effect now it's a best of 5 game, isn't it, at 1-1? It's a steady ton, she's in with a shout.
It's a long way to come for such a short game. A lot of women have come here and not been here for long. Just imagine what it was like for Mikuru Suzuki when she was coming here a couple of times, all the way from Japan. She hasn't been playing on the Women's Series recently. Not many of the Japanese players have been. They've been focusing on the Japan Pro League. Only 45 there from Vinnikainen to leave 256. Greaves 120 ahead. 6 darts minimum from 136.
80 hit, 16 will leave tops for a 2-1 lead. Nothing Vinnikainen can do here, but got to get down to a finish just in case. We saw Greaves miss multiple darts in that second leg as well. It's 1-1 in a race to 4 here. Women's match play live on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel as well. It's just been a little bit loose this leg from Vinnikainen. Tops then for a 2-1 lead, and tops a normal service resumed by the defending champion.
Well, this just goes to prove the levels that Greaves has, because she's missed 6 darts at a double after 3 legs played, and she's still averaging 91.65, which is very close to being the second best average this stage has ever seen in this tournament. This is a bit of a statement without being a statement, if that makes any sense. Earlier in the tournament, in the men's event, Gerwyn Price against Daryl Gurney was flabbergasted that he averaged 100 in a game where he thought he averaged 85. Greaves is going through the gears, and that's a maximum, her second of this quarter-final. We had a 9-darter last night. My word, if Greaves were to hit one, I have no words.
I think it'd break the internet, Paul. That's what it'd do. Ton in response. This is on the Vinnikainen throw. Down to 310. Greaves on 3-2-1. Can't follow up the opening max. This is all about now getting a breaker throw. And that's a good treble 17. Gets her down to 230.
After 6 as well. The scoring really is coming to the fore here. It's been a big year for Bo, not just on the board, but off it. Signed with a new manufacturer in a very big deal. Vinnikainen with a 140 to leave 170. A finish that we saw last night from Josh Rock against Luke Littler. Get the feeling that Vinnikainen is going to have to hit this. Maybe shades of Fallon Sherrock against Gabriel Clemens at the Grand Slam a few seasons back. Greaves is on 90 for a 3-1 lead if this 170 doesn't go for Vinnikainen.
It's not going to go now, but now the next task, got to get down to a manageable finish, because Greaves might only get a shot at the bull. A nice last dart, down to 70, so Greaves for a break is looking at 90. Goes the 20s route, hits a single, another one of those. No, she's got the treble, so it's double 5, and that is inside. Now all of a sudden Vinnikainen's a chance.
That last dart from Greaves just felt a little bit rushed. Kersey has 70 points to make it 2-2 to cause Greaves issues. 10s, how many does she get? 3 of them. Excellent dart from the Finn. Composes herself for top, she's got 2. She's going to need the second one. The first one's too high by about 1.5 centimeters. And the next one goes further away. That top's bent. She's had plenty of practice at it, but hasn't found it.
One for double two for Greaves for 3-1. Oh, is that a blocker? Can she squeeze one in? She does. That's a great last start. A really good last start. Finds the heart of the double two bed. And the champions won away from the semi-finals.
She's had better legs in this contest, but that was the best dart of this contest. Like you said, Mark, there was a blocker there. And if she misses that double two with the last dart of that fourth leg, Vinnikainen may just equalise at 2-2. Now, Bo's got multiple opportunities to get into the semi-finals and keep this undefeated streak alive.
Yeah, won all 6 of her games here. Only 60 for Vinnikainen. In a leg she simply has to win if she's going to extend this match. But here comes Greaves with a 140. Impressive stuff.
In PDC darts, over the course of this year, Bo Greaves has won £41,500. And in women's darts, that is extraordinary. But she's done that over 4 different tours. Women's Series, Challenge Tour, Development Tour, and invites to the Pro Tour, where she's played some of the best in the world. Great last start there from Greaves. Hit the treble 20 off the back of 38 with the first 2. And it's her turn to have a look at 170. But she doesn't have to take it now.
No, because from 3-4-1, treble 1 is followed by treble 20. Only 83. So Greaves' time here, but the big fish to win it in some style. She's in the red bit, another one of those. Oh, the deflection just takes it away, and then only single 1, so still a bit of work to do for Bo Greaves.
Did you hear that gasp from the audience just there, as if to say, we want to see a 170 from one of the ladies this afternoon? 258 for Vinnikainen. This could be her last visit in this tournament. Treble 20 with a second dart, but only single 19 with the last one there to leave 164. Greaves 89 for the match.
It's the treble 19, now needs double 16, and does hit double 16. So Bo Greaves is through. Kirsi Vinnikainen's debut here is a short one. There was some good bits in it, but inability to hit tops in leg 4 when she could have levelled up the match. Well, that's the second best average we've seen on this stage. Bo Greaves, the champion, 96.12. Well, you said earlier, Paul, if they're going to get her, they've got to get her early. And Kirsi Vinnikainen couldn't quite do that.
She had opportunities, 10 darts a double in that game. Obviously took leg number 2, could have taken leg number 4 if she had. May have been a different game, but it just goes to show the levels that Bo has. 96.12 is the second best average we've seen in this tournament's history, but she did it after missing 8 darts at a double in the contest. So there's another level to find, and if she finds it, maybe that's going to be number 3 in a row for Bo.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? Still got 3 more quarter-finals to come. Later on, we'll have Lynn van Leuven taking on Lorraine Winstanley. Fallon and Sherrock, the Queen of the Palace, will take on Gemma Hayter. But coming up next, Lisa Ashton takes on Robin Byrne. All that to come with Mace and Dance up next. But Bo Greaves, the champion's through. She's beaten Kirsi Vinnikainen by 4 legs to 1.
Lisa Ashton against Robin Burnham next. This, in theory, Mace, should be the closest contest of all these. It's 4th seed against 5th.
Yeah, and they've met 16 times previously, and well, the head-to-head record surprised me. It's only 9-7 to Lisa Ashton, who's had a bit of success this year. She's been another player carrying a couple of injuries. So she's won a Modus Week, she's won on the Women's Series, and of course, first lady to hold a tour card, and the first lady to hit 100+ average on TV.
She is known as the Lancashire Rose, but she's not going to be heading for the stage first. That honour goes to Robin Byrne, who won the Girls World Masters and 3 gold medals at the WDF Youth Cup in Europe. Robin Byrne on her way to the stage wearing a black and green darts top with the 3-leaf clovers on there. It's first to 4 in these quarterfinals to get through to the semis. Then the leg length extends just a little when we get to the semi-finals, and still further for the final, which will be best of 11 legs to win the Women's World Match Play. Bo Greaves, the defending champion, already through. We've still got Noeline van Leuven, Lorraine Winstanley, and then Fallon, Sherrock, Gemma Hayter to come. But now it's time for Lisa Ashton to make her way. And I have to say, you were very much involved in the girls' singles final for the JDC that occurred just before this Women's World Match Play got underway. Paige Pauling
and Rebecca Allen, they were phenomenal, weren't they?
Standard was,
they wouldn't be out of place playing in this women's
not
series.
at all. And I see that Paige has actually got ranking points to her name, so she's actually climbing the women's rankings. She was admittedly about £3,000 or £4,000 off making the top 8 for this match play race. But what the standard, the rat-a-tat-tat of it all.
Yeah, I did the JDC Junior Para League, which is like a Premier League for the girls and the boys. And well, Rebecca Allen was expected to lose to Paige Pauling in the final of that, but Rebecca Allen got the better of her, and Jack Nankervis won the boys. And honestly, the talent at that age is just remarkable. We sort of, it becomes a bit of a cliche when we say it's sort of like a revolving door of talent, but what the JDC has given the kids a platform to really grow and almost fast track, and that's what we're certainly seeing at junior level right now.
So many congratulations to Paige Pauling, who won that JDC girls final on the stage in front of us at lunchtime, and there was a decent crowd in as well who'd got in nice and early to witness that.
But a little frustrating, because they could have played it in between the semi-final and the final of this particular tournament, where you've got to give the player who played in the second semi-final 20 minutes break to just, sort of cool down and get themselves ready for the final. And I think it would have been fitting, because the girls then would have had a chance to play in front of a full house, and the crowd could have got to see that match in full. It was special, but alas, I don't make the decisions.
And more tickets get sold for this Women's World Match Play.
It's rammed.
It is rammed.
Not to the level of last night, where there was sort of 10 deep standing room only at the back of the hall, but this is certainly the biggest crowd I can remember seeing at the Women's World Match Play, as Lisa starts with a rather wild dart into the 5 that even took her back a bit.
She is the local heroine, is Lisa Ashton, but has never got past the semi-finals at this particular event.
Recently won the Gold Cup women's pair as well, her region, with her own daughter, which is fabulous.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree then.
Here today with her husband, who's also a tour card holder. So I should imagine that's a quite interesting dynamic, trying to beat your mother-in-law.
Let's not go there at this point. Now, Robin did play Lisa in the semi-finals 2 years ago and lost.
98.
She's won women's series events, Robin, in 2023 and 2024.
85.
Not managed a women's series win this calendar year. So it's 205 Ashton, plays 285 Byrne. And after this visit, they'll have both thrown 12 darts each in this opening leg. Race to 4, remember.
Yeah, both players will feel a little nerves in the opening leg, but we'll build into it. And that's a beautiful visit for Lisa Ashton. Down to 80, so Byrne on 226 has work to do in this opening leg. A race to 4 for a place in the semi-final. And the winner of this match, of course, will play Beau Greaves, who just averaged 96 in her round 1 game.
46.
Well, Lisa went for the bull there and hit 16. 167 for Byrne. It was on with the first dart, but a great setup shot which puts pressure on this double 17 for Lisa Ashton, unless she's going to split it. She is trying to split it and misses the board entirely, looking for single 3. Then she hits 17. A single, which means that Robin Byrne's in for double 14 to break throw here, and gets it with a 19 dart break. Robin Byrne of the Republic of Ireland leads Lisa Ashton, the Lancashire Rose.
Yes, Lisa made a bit of a mess of that at the back end of the leg, and very much a steal for Robin. 3 missed darts at a double for Lisa. She went all aggressive going for the ball with Robin back on 167, where maybe she could have taken a different approach. But vastly experienced Lisa, of course, a 4-time world champion.
81.
First woman to be a tour card holder.
She is definitely a
trailblazer,
without question. And those that have followed in her wake, Fallon and Beau, owe a debt of gratitude. Even though,
99.
I sense with Lisa and Fallon, there's not a great deal of love lost between the two of them. They're not destined to meet.
Friendly rivals.
Rivals, yeah, but they might meet in the final. That's the only way they can meet in this tournament this year. Fallon's playing Gemma Hayter in the 4th quarter-final. Coming up next, we'll have Noah Lynn van Leuven against Lorraine Wynne-Stanley.
Well, Nico liked the chances of Byrne in this one. And so far, props to Nico.
58.
So, Byrne is 191. Ashton 146 after 12 darts apiece. So Byrne should be down to a finish.
43.
Not as low as she would have expected. Down to 148. Lisa 146. So advantage Lisa Ashton. 2 single 20s. Only 60 down to 86.
48.
So Byrne got 1/3 of the way to a 167 checkout. She's trying to get down below a ton at least, and she's not. 104 left. Ashton 86 for the leg to draw level. Treble 18 was the outshot. 2 of those hit for bull, and that's a great bullseye hit from Lisa Ashton to break back. Straight away it's 1 apiece, right in the centre of the bullseye.
Yeah, in the heart of the bullseye. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in the chat on YouTube, it's subscriber only, so that gives you another reason to subscribe so you can get involved. Don't forget, please give us a thumbs up. Only takes you a second, but helps
29.
hugely.
What does it cost you?
Nothing. Nada.
At all.
6.
So 1-1.
140 followed by 60 for Lisa, down to 301. Robin started with 29, follows up with 58, so huge advantage in this leg already. 113-point lead for Lisa plus these.
I'm going to bounce out. Well, not a bounce out. It bounced off the first dart that was in the treble 20 there for Lisa.
Yeah, just deflection off the barrel. Tried to get in the same bit of the board. No room at the inn. Bit like the B&Bs around here today.
Yeah.
It is rammed.
85.
So much interest in this final day of action at the Winter Gardens before the PDC Roadshow heads off down under for World Series events in Australia and New Zealand.
No, I'm not going.
No.
Not for me, that.
57.
I couldn't do the flight. Not a chance.
Really? Not that far?
No.
Okay.
I like flying, but just not for a day.
Yeah.
43.
So Lisa's down to 94 to hold throw in this third leg, and a race to 4, one apiece. 54 hit, tops, lovely check out. Great 2-dart finish to hold throw from Lisa Ashton to make it 2 legs to 1.
Yeah, her finishing has really picked up. Made a bit of a mess of leg 1, but since then, clinical. The 86 on the bullseye in 3, and the 94 in 2 to lead 2-1.
Oh, now she's looking for a max. Oh, just drifted to treble 5 with the third dart. Definitely got her eye in now, Lisa Ashton. That's better from Robin as well, at 140. From her. Matching 140s from Lisa.
Yeah, backs up the 135 with the 140. Robin 276 minus these. Comes for cover.
58.
Only 58. So Lisa 226, Robin 218. Lisa starting down on the 19s, comes back up.
47.
Only 47. Not sure why she started down there.
No.
Slightly overcomplicating things.
So Robin does have the chance to get down to a finish first.
24.
Only 24 scored. That causes her a problem. That means Lisa will be down to a finish first. Hit treble 7, looking for treble 19. 61 will take her down to 118, Lisa, to try and go 3-1 up.
Marty in the chat. Lisa's been surprised by Bo and Fallon. I wouldn't have thought so. She
45.
assists in the development of the youth players. So, like me, we've known about Fallon and Bo since they were sort of 10 or 11 years of age. 40. Oh, beautiful switch on the 54. Leaves double 12. 149 for Robin, single 20. So Lisa will be back at double 12 for a 3-1 lead and to go within 1.
Double 12, just on the outside and just on the inside from Lisa Ashton, and she misses double 6 way inside.
Gestures that she was edgy there, didn't she?
Yeah. So Robin Byrne wants tops and hits tops. And we're all square once again after 2 breaks, 2 holds. 2 legs apiece in a race to 4 on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.
It's been a really good match, this one.
Good start from Lisa as well, 121 right from the get-go. Desperate to do well in her local tournament, having never got past the semi-finals in her 3 previous attempts here, Lisa.
Well, these two know each other really well. They've met on 3 occasions already this year. Lisa 2-1 up in 2025. But the pace of the game suits them both, doesn't it?
It does. It's a good rhythm to this quarter-final match.
43.
But Lisa Ashton has her nose in front in this leg on throw. Going to get down to a finish with this visit of 100, 124 when she comes back. Looking the better player and with way the better average. A good 20-odd points up on Robin Byrne with her average.
124.
So 124, 64 left. Went for treble 16.
Yeah, it's the right play with Robin back on 258.
She's left herself double 16 when she's back. Robin should get down to a finish. Oh, 85.
Horrible deflection means she's not on a finish. On 173. Lisa double 8. Oh, bends the wire. Misses double 4. Well, the doubling went through a spell where both of them were absolutely brilliant.
But right now, double 4 awaits Lisa Ashton. Robin still needing a 3-dart checkout if she gets back to the oche. Double 4 for Lisa. On the wire again, like that double 8 before, and then bust the score on double 18 next door.
Yeah, wrong bed. So 115 for Robin. Single 19 leaves 96. Misses the treble 20 for double 18.
59.
Well, now Lisa has to get this double 4.
Having another look at about 2 o'clock on the board for double four. And she wired the first, buried the second. And it's 3-2 to Lisa Ashton. Can she break through and make it through with this next leg? Robin now has to hold and then break if she wants to make it through to the semi-finals. 140 from Lisa to start this sixth leg. To really pressurise Robin Byrne, who's found ton plus scores hard to come by. She's only got two. Lisa's got two 140s to her name in this encounter.
47.
Wearing that sleeve on her right arm just to keep everything.
Yeah, she wears one of those compression
sleeves, yeah.
Sleeves, yeah, because she has suffered with shoulder and elbow problems, like most players. But that's a 140, taking her down to 174. 3-5-3 Byrne, trailing 3-2. At the point of no return, as Lisa Ashton looks to be closing in on a place in the semi-final. Single 20. Oh, just misses the treble. Just misses treble 18, down to 116.
Looks like an uphill task for Robin Byrne at this point.
Lisa's been the better player, that's for sure.
Oh, without question. 96 left. Can she hit treble 20? She can. Double 18 for the match. Just north of it. Just north of it. But she's definitely coming back with Robin back on 210 less this visit.
58.
So double 17 then, mate.
She hit double one, going for double 18. Now she gets the 2 for double 16.
2.
So Robin Byrne wants 152 to stay in the match.
This would be one hell of an outshot, and it's not going to go. Big 20. And then 5.
44.
So back in again for double 16 is Lisa Ashton, the number 4 seed. Wires it on the outside, and again with the second dart, but hits it with the third, and Lisa Ashton goes through to the semi-finals, where she will face Bo Greaves at this Women's World Matchplay. Comfortable in the end, a 4-2 win against Robin Byrne of the Republic of Ireland. Averages are not great from Robin, just over 62. 76 average for Lisa. That will have to go up a notch if she wants to take on Bo in the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's for sure. And well, the players will tell you that it don't matter how much experience you got, that first game is always a bit twitchy. So Lisa will just be relieved to get that one done and dusted. But yeah, she's going to have to find another 10 or 15 points possibly to compete with the form of Bo Greaves right now, who averaged 96 in her opening game.
So that's one semi-final already sorted out, with Bo taking on Lisa. Our third quarter-final is coming up here on the talkSPORT 2 network and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Noelyn van Leuven, the number 2 seed, takes on Lorraine Winstanley. We've also got Fallon Sherrock coming up against Gemma Hayter in the fourth quarter-final. But Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson will rejoin you in moments' time for Noelyn against Lorraine here at the Women's World Matchplay at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool on talkSPORT 2.
Hitting the bullseye. PDC World Matchplay. 25, direct from the Winter Gardens, Blackpool.
What's going on here?
Live on talkSPORT 2.
We are live this afternoon at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. It is the PDC Women's World Matchplay. We now know that Lisa Ashton will take on Bo Greaves in the semi-final after Lisa Ashton beat Robin Byrne by 4 legs to 2. Bo Greaves early hit the second highest average in the PDC Women's Matchplay here in Blackpool, averaging 96.12. She saw off the debutant Kirsi Vinnikainen. Still to come, we've got Fallon Sherrock in action later on against Gemma Hayter. But coming up next, it's Noelin van Leuven against Lorraine Winstanley. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson, players about to make their way onto the stage. What are you expecting in this one, Nico?
Well, this is a really interesting game for me. I think this might be the closest game of the quarterfinals, because their head-to-head record states that Noelin van Leuven is 4-3 up, but Lorraine Winstanley has won their last 2 meetings. But then if we go the other way again, since the last time Noelin lost to Lorraine, she would then win back-to-back Women's Series events after that. So her bounce back after losing to Lorraine has been very, very good indeed. I think Noelin van Leuven's under a lot of pressure in this game because she's played some great darts over the last 12 months. But she's never won on this stage. And when that's hanging over your head, it can feel like dumbbells on your shoulders. Lorraine Winstanley has won on big stages before, and maybe she doesn't shoulder as much pressure coming into this third quarter-final.
Firstly, would you please welcome a former Lakeside runner-up,
Lorraine Winstanley is very much smiling from ear to ear right now. She loves playing here at the Winter Gardens. Was here in 2022, but hasn't been here since, so it's been a little bit of a wait to come here for a second time. But Mark, she does a lot of work with the young stars of the sport these days with her manufacturer, and she has been shepherding the likes of Paige Pauling, who's already won on this stage here this afternoon, winning the girls' title. So what she does away from the dartboard for the next generation is not something we forget, but she's got to help herself this afternoon.
Yeah, she has. Taking time to get on to the hockey here. Lorraine Winstanley. They lost out to Fallon Sherrock in the semi-finals back in 2022. We're hoping to make it through at least that far. Set up a possible rematch with Fallon in the final 4.
That would be interesting. Lorraine is still smiling right now from ear to ear. She saw her daughter on the walk-on, who was the partner of Daryl Gurney. So maybe a mix of emotions for Josie, Lorraine's daughter. But now we have to introduce Lorraine's opponent.
from the Netherlands, the Duchess, Noelin
Noelin van Leuven signing autographs. She makes her way onto the stage here at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Yet to win. Has run into Akira Suzuki and Bo Greaves in 2 visits here, which is a pretty tough draw by anyone's standards.
Yeah, I think you've got to give Noelin van Leuven a lot of credit because she's elevated her way up the order of merit in the women's series very well in the last 12 months. Maybe to give herself an easier draw this time, but Lorraine Winstanley's got so much experience. She's been to a Lakeside final where she lost to Suzuki 6 years ago. But there will be pressure on van Leuven coming into this. Winner of back-to-back Women's Series events in Rosmarlin just a few months ago, and played stunningly well on the Saturday with 2 titles in the same day. But now, best of 7 to see who goes through to that second semi-final here this afternoon.
Yeah, Bo Greaves will take on Lisa Ashton in the top half of the draw. Still to come in this half of the draw, Fallon Sherrock will take on Gemma Hayter. Nolan van Leuven takes to the hockey now to throw the practice darts. Looking for that first win, but we've seen players who've not won here in the PDC World Matchplay gone big runs. The likes of Josh Rock had never won a game here. He got all the way through to the semi-finals.
Neither would Luke Littler until this tournament, and he's in the final tonight against James Wade. It is very much a darting family that Lorraine is part of. Her daughter's played Women's Series darts. She's not just the partner of Daryl Gurney, she's a very good player herself. And Lorraine is called Win Stanley because she's married to Dean, someone who, judging by the sources that we have here at talkSPORT 2, he's still running off the back of that 9-darter he hit at Ali Pali against Vincent van der Voort years ago. He's still running now.
Yeah, what a moment that was. Dean Winstanley. Here there's a hush around the Winter Gardens. The crowd has continued to build throughout the day to be sold out tonight, that's for sure. You'll hear all the build-up to the PDC World Matchplay final tonight. James Wade against Luke Littler. Wade in his 7th final here in Blackpool. Littler in his first. A handshake between the two then. Noah Lynn will have the throw. Race to 4 for a place in the semi-finals. 81 scored from Van Leuven.
Just digging into Lorraine's husband's career, he's played here twice. Actually won on debut. It was back in 2012. He beat Gary Anderson 13-11 in the first round in extra legs. Would subsequently lose to Ronnie Baxter by 13 legs to 8.
97.
I can imagine if Winstanley was to lose this game, first thing she'd do was call Dean and say, well, I've won twice on that stage. You haven't. Because there's a little bit of a friendly rivalry between the two of them. But that stare from Winstanley right now, laser-like through the board. Scoring has never been her strongest suit. The reason why she's been a world-class player, her doubling has been really good throughout her career.
She's got a really unique style, hasn't she? The way that she throws the dart almost across her body.
She has what's called cross-dominance. She's left-eye dominant, but right-handed. So has to bring the dart towards her left eye and then thrusts it forward without a fully extended right arm. It's a jab through the air. Whereas Nolan van Leuven's action, which only yields 15 points there with 3 single fives, it's a classic style. Right-eye dominant, right-handed player, and very smooth.
This is a better visit from Winstanley. 100 scored. Just quickly goes to collect the dart because that third one was hanging at a very awkward angle. 248 Van Leuven at the hockey now. Winstanley on 206 for that 248. He's reduced by 140.
You've got to leave yourself something manageable here if you're Lorraine, the number 7 seed. 206. Needs to get at least 1 treble. 2 single 20s to start. And the treble comes with dart 3, making the next shot, if she gets it, doable. Van Leuven, though, on 108, has got 4 19s. Misses the double 16. Left by about 2 centimetres. It wasn't really close.
No, 106 then for an early break for Winstanley. 86 left, treble 18. Can't find it, so Van Leuven will be back for the 32. The treble, frustratingly there for Lorraine, comes on the last dart to leave 8. 32 then for the opening leg, and 32 is hit. And Nolan van Leuven takes an early lead.
Yeah, a little bit of spirit there from Nolan. You can just tell that there's a bit of pressure on her this afternoon because of the fact that she's lost the last couple of years. Lorraine's victory came against Rhiann Griffiths in the first women's match play back in 2022, winning 4 legs to 3. So by token of that result, she knows how to get it done when things are tight at the end of a quarter final. She would subsequently lose out in the next round to Fallon Sherrock by 5 legs to 2.
Yeah, Stanley, who made the final of the women's series, number 14 at Milton Keynes, beaten by Bo Greaves 5-4 in the final. But on the way, beat the likes of Eileen de Graaf, Fallon, Sherrock.
We do have a top table in ladies darts, make no mistake, but there are more people starting to say, if you've got a reservation, we're more than happy to sit down. People like Angela Kirkwood and other people as well who are starting to vault their way up the women's series rankings. There are more opportunities for the ladies to get to the World Championship at the end of the year. And Fallon Sherrock has talked over the last 24 hours about the fact that the ladies' order of merit or ladies' ranking should reflect a spot in the UK Open for next year as well. It's an interesting call.
Yeah, I think it is going to be interesting now the women's tour does go ahead. Are there going to be more events throughout the year, more televised events? Because you make a great point. This is the biggest event in their year. Again, Lorraine Winstanley has to, well, shows very good footwork. I mean, that'd look good in the ballroom, wouldn't it? Never mind on the hockey. Good work there from Winstanley, but better work from Noelin van Leuven, who hits the first. But just going back to our point, the more tournaments there are, the more exposure there are, the better for everyone.
I think they've got a great amount of floor tournaments. I think what they need is just a little bit more exposure to things like this. There's no reason why there can't be something at the Grand Prix, maybe something at the Grand, something like that. The infrastructure's in place, so why not do it? Van Leuven on double four. That double four by quite some distance to the left for an 86 checkout. And Stanley on 1-8-8 and 1-0 down is in a bit of trouble here. Twice has had to jet to the board to get a dart that was possibly going to fall to the floor. And it happens just again there, but she was very secure in that one, staying in the 60.
Yeah, double two then for a 2-0 lead. Wild first dart. Is the adjustment there inside, so it's double one. The double one is hit, and it is 2-0 to Noelin van Leuven.
Now, this is a bright start for Noelin. All you want to get on this stage are chances. And then when you're on these doubles, it's how you compose yourself. Can you stay in your process? Can you feel comfortable with being uncomfortable? That's the biggest thing for these ladies. People like Greaves, people like Sherrock and Ashton, they've been here and done it. Yes, they'll feel a bit nervous at the start of the tournament, but they will settle down because of experience. People like Noelin, they don't have the experience of these big female stars from the last 10 to 20 years.
45.
And if you're Winstanley today, you haven't been here for 3 years. This is a feeling that is not regular in her life right now.
Oh, that was almost a maximum, and the third dart just dangled between the two other darts in the board there.
Winstanley's got to get into this game sometime soon, because if Van Leuven gets comfortable in the scoring stakes, she can motor away in this one.
58.
Has shown a great deal of scoring ability on the women's series this year. Playing in multiple countries now. I don't think it's an accident that Noelin was at her most comfortable on her own soil. 2 wins in a single day, like I mentioned earlier. Came for a chat with myself and Abigail Davis when she was winning those titles, telling me all about the work that she does away from darts. She works as a chef.
26.
Well, Lorraine's scoring is not good enough at the moment. Not yet had a go at a double. And Leuven here on throw is starting to pull away. Down to 207. We're standing on 372. He's at the hockey now, but at 2-0 down in a race to 4. This is getting out of hand at the moment for Lorraine Winstanley.
Yeah, it certainly is. This scoring is not up to her usual standards, and she's finding this experience quite troubling. Maybe this is the kind of game that Noelin can just take her foot off the gas and feel a little bit more of an autopilot coming on. Well, she leaves a bogey number of 165 there, even with a 2-0 advantage. That autopilot can't come just yet. Bit of hard work to get to 3-0 just now.
58.
Yeah, he's left a bogey, averaging 77 at the moment. 41 scored with 2. Oh, nice last start. 101 leaves 64, so a very presentable opportunity for Noelin van Leuven, who will be back. And Stanley needs a good visit here, and that's a better start. Treble 19 hit. Well,
79.
That last start goes in the big three, but that wasn't really the right play, was it?
No, it was 25 that should have been gone for. Van Leuven hits the treble 16 and misses double 8 just a little bit on the outside, so has to recalibrate along the hockey. And what a last start that was to take a 3-0 lead. Maybe a sign of comfort now. And 501 points separates Van Leuven from her first victory on the Blackpool stage in her career.
Yeah, still to come. Fallon Sherrock against Gemma Hayter, the fourth of the quarterfinals here at the match play. Then we'll be through to the semi-final stage, where it's a race to 5 legs, best of 9 for a place in the final. I know that Beaugreaves will take on Lisa Ashton. It's looking like Noelin van Leuven will be the third name through to the final 4. 140 start against the Winstanley throw. And Lorraine will be desperately disappointed with the performance that so far she's provided.
95.
It's not over yet.
It isn't. She has come through 4 legs to 3 on this stage before. And that was a long time ago.
43.
She's up against an opponent averaging 11 points more than her. Lorraine's an emotional lady. She puts everything she's got into her darts. Right now she'll be hurting a little bit, but she's got to stay strong. Visits like 30. Well, not what she ordered. There's only 2 points ahead. Van Leuven has taken the darts here.
And that's a great 140. So Van Leuven a couple of visits away from a spot in the last 4.
And she's already accomplished one thing, has Noelin. She's never yielded 3 legs in a game yet. She's already accomplished that. Would love to get a 4th with the loss of none to go into that second semi-final. Not a great deal of time between quarter-final 3 and semi-final 2.
98.
Something in the region of maybe an hour at the most. But these quick turnarounds are something that these ladies are very used to, based on the qualification criteria on the floor.
Yeah, Winstanley here has got to find
59.
a big treble. Couldn't find one at 199. Van Leuven for the match needs 80, single 20. Another one of those will leave tops for the match, and an absolute demolition job here for Noelin van Leuven. Misses a match start, but will be back for double 10.
First match dart she's ever had at Blackpool. That may have felt a little bit different. And Stanley back on 199. Can't do anything about Noelin's position. All she can do is try to get as close to 100 as possible. That treble 19 gets her on to 102, just in case Van Leuven misses more for this match.
2 10s then and a place in the semi-finals. Well inside, double 5 now. That's a wild dart, and now inside. So match darts frittered away. Can Winstanley save her skin with a 102?
Needs to get a dart at a double. Lorraine hasn't had one in this game yet. Can she get one? Single 1 is hit. Still got a shot on here. Got to be treble 17 and Bull. Gets the treble 17. Bull to save the match for Winstanley. First dart at a double at the Bull is missed into the 25, and it might be the last.
1 for double 2. The route for Van Leuven hits the single 1. Double 2 for the match. Now back up for double 1. And that clicks the wire. So another couple of match starts have been and gone.
That's 6 now for the match missed. A little bit of scar tissue on the stage. And Winstanley's got 25 left. There's the single 9. Misses the double 8 high and just to the left. It could be a marker. Goes the other side of the wire, but into the single. And the gasps of the Blackpool audience see Van Leuven come back for more, a double 1 for the match.
And this time, Noelin van Leuven takes out the double 1. Lorraine Winstanley's stay at the Winter Gardens is a short one. But Noelin van Leuven is safely through to the Final Four. Missed multiple match starts, but had enough time in hand. The scoring phase was pretty impressive. He averaged 75.15, but 11 missed starts at double. Did put a dent in that, but Van Leuven safely through. Will take on the winner of our next quarter-final. It sees Fallon Sherrock take on Gemma Hayter. What did you make of that performance from Van Leuven, Paul?
Well, I think Nolan did very well to give herself a lead in the first couple of legs, just to take that pressure off a little bit. But you saw the pressure return when she was on match darts. Took her multiple visits to get over the line, but the lifting of pressure off the shoulders, now that she's won on this stage, I'm sure it can be seen when she plays in the semi-finals. Lorraine's going to be desperately disappointed not getting a leg there. Worked very hard to get back here after 3 years out, but Winstanley is still a great in my eyes. She will return, but Van Leuven will return later this afternoon. Yeah,
certainly will. A final quarter-final is on the way. Can Gemma Hayter produce a bit of an upset? Fallon Sherrock, former winner here, won the inaugural Women's World Match Play. Can she get her hands back on the crown today? Well, she's going to have to beat Gemma Hayter. That'll be next with Danter and with Chris Mason. But Nolan Van Leuven is safely through to the semi-finals in Blackpool, beating Lorraine Winstanley by 4 legs to 0.
All the double top drama. PDC
Thanks, mate.
Joe Shannon, Ashton. England against Spain. England looking to retain the European Championships against the team that beat them in the World Cup 2 years ago. But this is the World Match Play for women's darts, and as I mentioned, Gemma Hayter experiencing the Winter Gardens for the very first time.
It was interesting listening to some of the Sky coverage, and Abigail Davis, friend and colleague of course, was saying she's got to be regarded as one of the most improved players over the last couple of years. She's made huge strides, played Fallon 4 times in 2024, and it's 2 apiece, so that just shows you where Gemma's game is. Massive success down at the Modus Super Series as well, of course, as well as WDF tournaments.
And she's made her feelings very clear about the standing of the women's game and how it needs to be more on a par with the men's game.
Well, in fairness, listen, there's a huge crowd. A lot of these, though, would have had the evening session tickets, so probably have doubled up. But listen, if the women's game starts to do the same numbers as the men's game, then the prize money will follow suit.
Yeah.
The men's prize money is only it's relative to the popularity now of the sport.
Sure. So Gemma is on the stage. She's number 6 seed in this Women's World Match Play. This is the lady who is seeded 3 behind Noah Lynn, who's just gone through against Lorraine Winstanley. Fallon Sherrock, very much a household name because of what she did at Alexandra Palace, beating Ted Evitts and Mensa Suljovic.
Yeah, also what she achieved in the Grand Slam and the World Series of Darts. Quick question in the chat about the length of matches. Yeah, the quarterfinals, best of 7, best of 9 in the semi-finals, which will follow straight after this one, and best of 11 in the final. If you do have any questions or comments for myself, Dance, Nico, or Mark Wilson, put them in the chat. Keep them civil, keep them sensible, and we'll endeavour to engage with you.
£10,000 to the winner of this women's event this afternoon. All the 8 players are determined by what they've earned over nearly 30 events in 2024 and 2025 in the women's series. Now, Bo Greaves won 10 of those events, including the last 5 in a row in the run-up to these championships. So
certainly the form player coming into this, but you can't write off Fallon. She just seems to come alive on that stage. Her eyes brighten, but of course has been going through an illness, which is still not under control, hence why it's been well publicised that she is going to have to take some time away. But we wish her certainly all the best from all of us here at talkSPORT.
And they're just throwing some practice darts. So first to 4 legs takes the winner through to face Noah Lynn van Derven in the second semi-final. Van Derven beat Lorraine Winstanley 4 legs to 0 in the game that we just brought you.
Yeah, someone also asking another question about bulling up. Yep, they bull up on a specific board in the practice area upstairs, which is very much the players and guests areas, and there's like a quiet practice room, and there's a practice room where you're allowed to bring a guest in, which will usually be a partner or a manager. But a great start from Fallon, straight in the lipstick, 140.
45.
So Gemma on debut.
Yeah,
she was a Modus winner this year, wasn't she?
Yes, she has, yeah. Yeah, she would have never experienced anything quite like this. Sure, like most are darts fans and would have watched this over the years. And then you get your chance to go up there and play on it. I got nervous just going up to present the trophies.
Oh, 120 floor for Gemma Hayter there. The first 2 in the treble 20. The third one was in, but then just dropped out and just fell to the ground.
Just didn't have the energy to penetrate the board. Chris, where would you rate James Wade on the all-time list? I think we had this discussion yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
He's the only player in my top 10 of all time without a world title, but without question for me, the longevity. Said he made his debut against me 19 years ago, and he's now in a final again.
Maximum from Sherrock to take her down to 42 after 12. She's looking to hold throw in this opening leg.
Yeah, possible 14 darter. Gets the 10 for double 16.
Inside it, double 8. And she's outside it, but Hayter cannot finish 176 in 3 darts. How much pressure can she apply to Sherrock with this visit? Oh, just 45 scored, so not a great deal of scoreboard pressure. Double 8 then again for Fallon Sherrock. Gets it with the second dart for a 17 dart hold. First leg to her.
Yeah, good start, Max, and a 140 in the leg. I think for the finals I'd be more dramatic and get them to bull up on stage. Thoughts? No, we've had this conversation before, and it just can take too long, and the possibility of the crowd getting involved as well. I mean, I've sort of watched a bull up and it's gone 25-25, ball, 25-25, outside, 25-25, ball, and it's just it is tedious.
140.
You do see it when you watch the streamed events on the Players' Championship events on the Pro Tour. You do see it in vision then, but that's pretty much the only time. As you said, there's a specific board upstairs that's been designated.
Yes, there is one designated bullet board.
80.
So into leg 2, Hayter with the throw.
Yeah, back-to-back 140s followed by an 80, down to 141 after just 9.
141.
So 141 for Hayter. Just 20 scored, make that 40. So 101 left. Came down for the 19s. And picked off a treble 19 very nicely indeed.
Well, Fallon left 42 after 12 in leg 1. Gemma Hayter has left 44 after 12 in leg 2. This is high quality stuff.
12 for double 16 for Gemma Hayter. 1 dart outside and she hits single 8.
Chance for Fallon here, 91. It was a great 140 the previous visit. Oh, she's gone 25, leaves 66. Old school darts from Fallon. Single 16, leaves the ball. How much of it can she see? She's having to move right. That is an absolutely remarkable bullseye from Fallon. Had to move a good 18 inches to the right to change the line in and navigate around the dart that was initially in the 25.
And it barely got a deflection on its way in. Really clean as it hit the bull. And now she starts leg 3 with a 140.
She's averaging 98.
This is a bit of a marker being laid down to the rest of the field here by Fallon Sherrock.
This is them saying, no, don't think it's just all about bow.
She's in the red bit again, is Sherrock. Looking for a max. There's plenty of room for a third, and there it is.
That's her second max of the match as her average goes up to 104.37.
Well, Fallon's been in and around Blackpool the last couple of days. I've seen her in and around. You know, it's funny just being here a couple of days before to get acclimatised. You might think that's a bit, oh, come on, Blackpool. It's Blackpool, you know, just getting yourself settled.
Well, look at the difference in Luke Littler this year. Last year he just rocked up 2 hours before his game, didn't get used to the heat, didn't get used to the environment or where the toilets are or where you practice, where the backstage is. Ooh, single 16 will leave tops. And yet again, tops will a finish after 12, but this time she's left a double. Yeah, where this year he came a day earlier, he sat up on the balcony, watched a lot of the action, got used to the environment and surroundings.
Tops for Fallon Sherrock. Pinned with a 13 dart hold to go 3-0 up and really put out a statement of intent in these early stages.
45 darts danced to win the opening 3 legs. I did say, gets on that stage, he just seems to seems to come alive.
It's a chastening debut so far on the match play stage for Gemma Hayter. So she's now got a hold throw at the very least, and then see what she can do for the rest of the match. But Sherrock is only one leg away.
Winner will receive £10,000 for this tournament. And when you think Beau Greaves, if she goes on to win it, she's already trousered £41,500 just from PDC events. That doesn't include everything else that she competes in.
Fallon did win the inaugural staging of the Women's World Matchplay in 2022. And in case you're wondering, Beau Greaves did not feature that year. Trying to come down from 395, Sherrock. Trebleless visit.
Having a leg off here. Gemma Hayter from 276 finds the treble 20, single 20. Just a ton down to 176. Sherrock, who leads 3-0, is on 337, so needs a really big turn to get back involved in the leg. Started with a treble 20 and then a terrible deflection, but 1-2-1 just taps Gemma on the shoulder.
Yeah, only 40 points behind Sherrock after 12. Hayter's down to a finish.
Jake wants to know, hi Chris, who do I think will win tonight? Tune in from 7 o'clock for the whole build-up, and I may have an answer after an hour of that.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100%.
I don't think any of us are. Hayter wanting 91, single 17 hit. Went for treble 9, did she, or treble 14?
Treble 14.
It's the bullseye though with the final dart.
Yeah, didn't want that, wanted the 25, so she's on 15. But Sherrock's got to go at 157. Doesn't get the first treble 20, comes down for the 19s, 80 left. Could be treble 16, is treble 16. Pressure, real pressure on this 15.
Where's she going to go? She goes 7 for double 4, does Gemma Hayter. And she gets double 4, and there's a leg on the board for Gemma Hayter on debut at the Women's World Matchplay, and that puts a smile on her face, but still much more work to do. Sherrock certainly not smiling, just focused on getting the job done. Starts the 5th leg with a ton.
She is playing lovely here, and that was fortunate for Gemma, because it was only just in the 7, wasn't it? It was right on the wire next door to the single 16, which would have bust.
There we are, she said, after she planted the double 4. That's how you do it.
I like this one. 10k for the women's winner, 200k for the men. Equality, exclamation mark. How many tickets have the men sold?
There is talk, I mean, we talked about this in our YouTube preview a couple of days ago with Laura Turner joining us, that we can certainly see this tournament being expanded to 16 players in the not too distant.
Yeah, and then drop them in one match a session effectively.
Yeah.
And then I'd love to see the women's final just in front of the men's final on the night. I think it gives great value for the punters as Gemma finds her first max.
Well, she's got to break the throw of Sherrock twice here, so she's just got her nose in front ever so slightly after 9 darts. Good steady ton from Sherrock takes her down to a finish. Hayter 180, playing Sherrock's 101.
She just strayed in the treble 5, but a great recovery dart. 95 to leave 85, but Sherrock 101 for the match.
81 left, looking down at the treble 15, but hits single 10.
Treble 13 now is the shot. Doesn't get it, but 58 left. Unless Gemma can take out 85.
She went for treble 15 and hit treble 2. Treble 13 is hit though for tops.
Wow.
And that is taken. Hayter breaks the Sherrock throw. Suddenly we're back to 3-2. Hayter can now level up. We're back on throw effectively.
Yep, that was a great finish here. Treble 2, 6 points going for the treble 15, which just left 79. No hesitation, treble 13, straight in top. She's 2 from 4 on the doubles and starts strongly with 137.
Now we've got a game on our hands. Sherrock then still just needing this one leg to advance. Trebleless visit hands the initiative to Gemma Hayter. She comes downstairs looking for 19s, only picks up a single and a 7.
Chance for Sherrock to get back in this leg. Needs a couple of big trebles at the moment. Single 20, single 19 and treble 19, which does take her down to 358, 40 points adrift plus these, and Gemma's in the treble 20. Doesn't follow it. 85. Fallon again needing a 2 treble visit, and comes up treble S down to 300. 233 Hayter.
Fallon's won 16 women's series titles since the inception of the women's series,
45.
just coming out of lockdown in 2021. Made the Grand Slam quarter-final, but hasn't won the last 5 women's series events. That honour's gone to Bo Greaves, who's already in the
43.
semi-finals, along with Lisa Ashton and Noelyn van Leuven, who joins them. We'll bring you the semi-finals next here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page.
Well, this dance is going to a decider. How important will that winning bull-up be for Fallon Sherrock? Because she's just lost her way in the last couple of legs. A lot of it down to the pressure of Gemma Hayter, who's not going to take out the 106. Finds a single 1, gets a 19, so should be back up for treble 18 and gets it to leave 32. Her approach play has been outstanding.
It has, hasn't it? As she's warmed into the game, first couple of legs looked a little uncertain, as you might expect on your debut on a big stage like this, but now double 16 will bring us level. It's a good inch outside, but she's found it with the second dart, and we are going to a deciding leg. A nod of appreciation from Fallon Sherrock, and Gemma Hayter says sorry.
Well, I wrote down all 7 legs because I had a feeling it was going to go all 7 legs. Yep, the whole tournament. This tournament will be completed this afternoon.
41.
And then we are back at 7 o'clock for the big build-up for the men's final.
Well, what a chance for Hayter here. Only 41 from Sherrock in this deciding leg, and a steady turn from Hayter puts her half a dart ahead, if not, well, a dart ahead.
Yeah, Fallon needs to start finding the big trebles with some kind of regularity, and again, trebleless. She's had 15 trebleless visits to Gemma Hayter's 10.
It's a big chance for Gemma Hayter. Picks off treble 19. Very nice cover at the bottom of the board from the woman on debut, and Fallon Sherrock finds a treble 19 finally in visit number 3 of this leg.
But she has lost the darts. Hayter from 304 in the treble 20 with dart 1. Oh, well, again, it's gone in the treble and come out.
Only 80 scored.
You like that 9 o'clock news sketch?
Yes.
Fallon rightly starting on the 19s from 303, but eventually finds treble 20 with her last dart. So 205 Sherrock, 224 Hayter, single 20 for Hayter, but on the top wire though. She puts another one by the side of it. Only 60, good 60.
But Sherrock, can she get down to a better finish than Hayter's 164 that's left now? She's got 165 left with 1 dart left in this visit. Makes it 145 if she comes back. Hayter won't take out 164. Single 7 and single 19.
Someone asking, when are we back after tonight? We'll be back on the 11th of December for the World Championships.
Yes.
Someone will take away £1 million.
118 for the match for Gemma Hayter. There's the treble 20. The murmur goes around the room. Double top, just over the top. Just to win the match for Gemma Hayter missed. So Sherrock 45 hits 13 for double 16 to win 4-3, and she does. Relief for Fallon Sherrock, pushed all the way by Gemma Hayter to a deciding leg, but Sherrock pinned double 16 to make it through to the semi-finals, where she will take on Noelyn van Leuven within the hour, and an average of 84 105. She started nearing 100 with her average, just dropped off a little, but relief is definitely the word, Chris Mason.
Yeah, fabulous game, wasn't it? It was a real contest, a great fight back from 3-0 down. Fallon, after 3 legs, was averaging 100.20 with winning legs of 17, 15 and 13, a couple of 180s. Hayter pegged her back brilliantly, but the finishing stats from both were exceptional. 3 from 7 for Gemma. Fallon, 4 from 7 for 57%.
So our semi-finals are sorted. It will be Fallon Sherrock taking on Noelin van Leuven in the second of those semis. But next up on the stage and next up on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, it will be the short price favourite Bo Greaves taking on Lisa Ashton, the Lancashire Rose and local girl, to see who makes it through as our first finalist at the Women's World Match Play here at Blackpool's Winter Garden. Stay with us, Paul Nicholson and Mark Wilson.
at the very end of that leg. And about 2 or 3 minutes later, you're thinking Sherrock averaging 100 is going to stroll into the semis. But anything but. And Gemma Hayter leaves the tournament, but with a shed load of credit. She stuck in there, she gave herself a chance. I know she didn't take the 118 to win the match, but just to give herself the opportunity shows what she's got in the locker. And 12 months on from now, people are going to see her back here, I'm sure of that. And they will realise the kind of threat that Gemma poses in ladies darts. Fascinating quarterfinals, that's for sure.
Yeah, they were indeed, but quite possibly the lineup that we did expect to get in the final four. First semi-final is just minutes away. That'll be Bo Greaves taking on Lisa Ashton. Head-to-head wise, Bo dominant as she is with pretty much everyone in the women's game. Won the last 7. What does Lisa have to do to knock off the champion here?
I hate this phrase, but I'm going to have to use it. She's going to have to caress the past or find something from yesteryear. She is very well seasoned. Everybody knows that about Lisa. So much experience, and she has a very high ceiling of performance. But maybe Bo's been doing that more lately and has been dominating opponents week in, week out. I think the untidy stuff from the quarterfinals has got to be extinguished from Ashton. And if she's going to get a chance in this game, which is now best of 9 legs, it's really difficult to see how she gets through Bo, because if Bo's going to stumble, I think it's going to be off the back of her making mistakes. I don't think it's going to come off the back of Lisa Ashton brilliance at this stage in her career. I think it's all about what Bo turns up. If quarterfinal Bo turns up, Ashton's going to have to find her best level of the season. And if Greaves falls off, maybe goes to about an 85 to possibly an 80 average, just finding a little bit of tension out there, Ashton's going to have to jump on everything that she gets.
Yeah, and the other semi-final, Noah Lynn van Leuven takes on Fallon Sherrock. That could be an interesting one. Sherrock averaged a ton in that opening 3-leg burst, which looked unplayable, but then fell away a little bit, but we'll be pleased to be through. But Noah Lynn will be a tougher opponent.
Yes, you would assume so. Nolan's going to have a little bit of comfort now, knowing that the monkey's off her back because she's won on the stage. But I think there was one dart that impressed me just as much as the bullseye for Sherrock in that previous game, and it was the third last one that she threw. It was a treble 20 to leave 45, which was ultimately the shot she would take for the match. She hadn't hit a treble 20 in ages in that game. And that treble 20 was huge in giving her that doable chance to get that match. She has a sigh of relief, but it doesn't last long, because when you're playing quarterfinal 4, you've got a break of 30 minutes tops to get back out there and do it again to make the final.
Yeah, look at the draw, I guess. Bo Greaves, Lisa Ashton and Noah Lynn van Leuven against Fallon Sherrock, all to come. It is a huge Sunday tonight. We'll be back here for the PDC World Matchplay final, where James Wade, looking for a second crown, his 7th final here in Blackpool, takes on Luke Littler, looking for his first ever match play win. Who will come out on top? We'll find out all the build-up from 7 tonight on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, where you can watch along with us as you have done all the way through the tournament. Looking forward to it already. Also this afternoon, the Lionesses in action in the Euro finals as well, and the cricket continues. England in action, and England, well, they're making hard work of it against India. India 287 for 4. England lead by 24 runs. India 6 wickets remaining. England, I think, were hoping to get them rolled over pretty quickly. It's not quite happened.
Not yet, anyway, but what a batting performance from England over the last couple of days, that's for sure.
Yeah, lead the series 2-1. Right, all that to come then. We're not too far away from the start. Just saw an add to that match tonight, Paul. You know, Luke Littler and James Wade coming through it. What will it have been like for James Wade the last, well, not even 24 hours, is it? Last 12 hours, 14 hours. He played in that absolute epic match, went 38 legs deep, admitted himself after shattered. He might use something a bit stronger than that. Shattered. What will his last 12, 14 hours have been like?
I think going to bed last night, you can't go to sleep immediately after something like that. It's just physiologically impossible. It doesn't matter how tired you are, your brain is still whirring. So I would assume that maybe he went to sleep around 1 a.m, possibly 2 a.m. And the beauty of this tournament is that if you do go through that on a Saturday night, or even on a Friday night leading into a Saturday, you've got a lot of time to get a good night's sleep anyway. And you could even sleep twice, making sure that the body is completely recovered before you start practicing once again. And I suppose the big thing is, you've been through 4 games already. You don't necessarily have to put in the full routine of practice going into the final. You just got to rekindle the sharpness from the previous day. And that doesn't take as long as people think. Some people would get there ridiculously early, maybe 4 or 5 hours before, get your press out the way, get your photos out the way, and then start doing the same thing. But what you have to do is conserve a bit of energy. And he'll know this because he's been to the final game before. So he might put in something in the region of 60 minutes leading into this final, just to conserve the amount of reps that you do leading up to it is really, really important. It's something that Littler will know about because he's been to world finals, but this will feel very different for him coming into a final here because he's never done it before.
Yeah, all the action, all the build-up tonight with the team here on talkSPORT 2 from 7 o'clock tonight. Not a ticket to be had, so you're in the best place to watch along and listen along with us on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page as well, where plenty of you getting involved this afternoon. Right, what do we expect to happen? It is now a race to 9, so slightly best of 9, race to 5, slightly longer format. That probably, though, suits Bo, doesn't it?
It does. You think about some of the games that she's getting used to playing, a lot more best of 11 stuff, and there's been a clamour on social media over the last few hours because of the quality we've seen so far that they think the format for this event should be longer. Well, I do agree with that, but the window for this tournament is from 1 o'clock on the Sunday afternoon to about 4 or 5 o'clock, and it's to do with the broadcasting rights. It's about fitting into that schedule, so I can understand why it is the way it is, but there's no reason why you can't maybe elongate it and have semi-finals in the days leading up to the Sunday and have a longer final. But Bo's very comfortable playing long stuff because she's the women's world champion 3 times over now, and in those finals she can reel off set upon set upon set without breaking a sweat. And as far as today is concerned, playing 3 games, whether it's best of 7, best of 9, best of 11, think about most of these ladies playing Super Series darts in Portsmouth. They play 5 games a day. It won't feel that alien to them.
Lisa Ashton missed a lot of darts at double, 17 of them in her opening game, but her scoring did present her with chances, and that may be where her chance lay.
Yes, she needs to get to the doubles and give herself 1 or 2 shots at least every other leg, just to ask the question. She's got a great support network with her today. Her husband Derek's here, her daughter Danielle is here, who's a handy dart player herself. Her boyfriend Reese is here. He might even be at the World Championship later in the year again, because Reese Griffin is a player with a tour card. So her manager Roger Shane is here as well. He manages Dave Chisnell too. So I can imagine that Roger's been through it before. Lisa hasn't won here, Chizzy hasn't won here, but that could change in the next 2 hours.
This is the Betfred Women's World Matchplay, brought to you by the PDC. We are live on Sky Sports. It's semi-final time. Now, would you please welcome a 4-time Lakeside champion, the Lancashire Rose, Lisa Ashton!
Lisa Ashton making her way on to the stage, looking to make it through to the final here in Blackpool. It's a tough ask against the 2-time match play winner in Bo Greaves. £10,000 and the title up for grabs today. This is a serious day of darts.
I know the ladies really do deserve better prize funds, and the PDC have done an incredible job with investing into the ladies game over the last 3 or 4 seasons. But if you were to walk up to Lisa Ashton right now and say, You can have the trophy, but no money, she would say, give me that trophy. It's about legacy for her. This is one of the biggest games of her career because there's only one thing missing from her trophy cabinet, and it is this. But in order to have a chance to win it finally, she's got to go through the tungsten terminator, which is Bo Greaves.
And now, would you please welcome a two-time Women's World Matchplay winner,
Just a question for you, Nico. If Bo Greaves was to play Krzysztof Ratajski, would they walk on together? They've got the same song, haven't they?
They do have the same song, and I think they would walk out to the same song. But it's a bit like when Glenn Durrant was playing Adrian Lewis. They had the same walk-on song as well. And one time at the Grand Slam of Darts, Rowby John Rodriguez and Robbie Green both walked out to the same track because they accidentally played the wrong track first and then they had to play it again. So it does happen. But this one is pretty synonymous with Bo right now. Maybe one day, after winning this title multiple times, which she's already guaranteed of, is there a possibility she could be in the World Matchplay on a night like tonight? There's no reason why not.
I'll tell you what, you'd be brave to bet against that happening. It is a tough tournament to get into, the PDC World Matchplay, but is doing things that been able to achieve so far. Greaves then, a two-time winner here, is 7 out of 7 when it comes to matches on this stage. Will it be 9 out of 9 later on this afternoon and a third World Matchplay champion in the women's event? Or can Lisa Ashton end Bo Greaves' dominance? 7 successive wins here and 7 successive wins over Ashton. The stats look pretty ominous.
Yes, they do. I think we're getting to the stage now where we're trying to find the player who can break this streak of Greaves. She is the Undertaker of women's darts, and when she comes to the Emperor's Ballroom, she does not lose. They're going to start putting a graphic up on the screens. The 10-time world champion, Trina Gulliver, is in the audience as well. Has a very close friendship with Lisa and with Bo. Lovely lady is Trina. Nice to see her in the audience, supporting all of these ladies. I'm sure she'd love to play up here again after being here many years ago, but Greaves is off to a flyer, looking for a 180 start. And there it is, as if by magic. Ashton coming straight back at her. Starts with a ton. This is going to be quick, and we hope it's as good as it starts.
Yeah. Greaves going for cover. No big treble found. 57 to add to the max earlier on. So Ashton comes to the hockey. Just above the red bit then in it. 95 scored. A fast-flowing start from both.
You can see from our point of view, Mark, that Ashton is playing with a bit more fluency than the quarterfinal. Maybe a little bit of pressure has been taken away by actually getting a victory on the stage.
57.
Both that very much aiming style. Whereas Ashton, you can hear all three thuds very evenly spaced apart, but not with much in between. She leaves 205, Greaves on 207. A nice evenly fought first leg here.
Yeah, it certainly is. After Greaves opened up with the maximums, now down to 110. Ashton on 205, but in the red bit. 135 to leave 70, so Greaves, this 110 could do it going.
Absolutely. First dart, big 20, just above the 60. Went for the 60 on dart 2 to try and leave double 15, but missed it high as well, and didn't get the treble 18 either to leave 52. But Ashton, treble 10 for tops, double 10, and wires it just on the outside. They're the kind of chances you have to take against Greaves in this kind of form.
Yeah. 52-12 for tops. Now double 10 for a hold of throw. Bo Greaves does hold throw. Well, we mentioned Lisa Ashton missed plenty of doubles in her opening game here against Robin Byrne. Well, she missed 2 there for an early breaker throw.
She was the better player between herself and Robin. Robin will be devastated with the way she played. Nowhere near her best, unfortunately. Lisa took advantage of that. But it's very evident that Greaves is doing the same kind of stuff that we heard on talkSPORT 2 in the first quarter-final of the afternoon. She is regularly averaging over 90 all the time now.
Yeah. Just watching Lisa Ashton.
57.
She's like Ricky Evans. She rat-a-tat-tat the darts. Once she's let go of that first one, she's not hanging around. And 95. The darts really have been taken away by Greaves here. 292 Ashton, 304 Greaves. Greaves at the hockey now.
And Greaves using a new flight and stem system over the last couple of months by courtesy of the new deal that she's just signed, which is a very good one for her. She deserves it. She is the leading light in ladies darts. All white stem, all white flight. Very similar barrel to what she had before, uncomplicated. Very long point though, and quite aggressive as well. She needs it sometimes because those darts go in very upright. Ashton, very short, stumpy dart. Longer stem, made of carbon fibre in black. And a red flight with the rose on. And all 3 flights there shining to make a 180 to leave 52. Greaves on 147 is not going to take it.
No, but it's going to be handy. 64 left. Ashton then. 52 that Greaves took out in the last leg. 20 for double 16. Double 8 hit. Needs another double 8. And gets another double 8. One right in the bottom corner, one right in the top corner. Exhibition stuff from Ashton, who shakes her head in disbelief, but they went in. It doesn't matter, it's 1-1.
What a shot that was from Ashton. And what a shot that is from Greaves. I don't know what Gemma Hayter and Fallon Sherrock have done, but they've started to light this place up and everybody's following them. Both ladies averaging in the low 90s now, but Ashton with those 2 double 8s. It was like a shot in the top left corner of the goal and then one in the top corner on the other side. Show personship from Lisa Ashton there. And she's got a bit more vigour about her in this game.
Yeah, there's a zip here, isn't there? I think she likes the pace of the game as well, and it plays to her strengths as Greaves from 261 is looking at 20 at least to leave the big fish. Ashton's on 301.
There's a hush about this place right now. I think they understand what they're saying. This is a dust-up. Greaves on 170. First start is just shy of that 60 bed. Has to go down for cover to the 19s.
64.
And then to the bullseye to get a 25. I can understand why she did that. 25 leaves 106, and Lisa's going to leave a finish here. But it's only 141 off a trebleless visit.
It is. So, treble 18, the target doesn't get it, but does get a treble 20. So that's a good leave, leaves double 4. Ashton on 141 for a break. Can't get the treble, the click of the wire, and hits treble 17. Treble 10, the target to leave top, but hits a single.
Double 4 for Greaves. First shot splits it. Second dart splits 2s. Third dart is too high for the Madhouse. Ashton can take the lead with a break of throw here. Number 4 seed on tops. Dart number 2, she thought that one was in, but it is a marker just above it. Uses it so well. Veteran move from Ashton to take the 2-1 lead. We may just have a game on our hands, and that undefeated streak of Greaves, there's a question mark hovering in the air.
Well, Lisa Ashton missed 2 darts in the opening leg to break the throw, but this time she does break the throw. 2 of 6 on the doubles, but leads 2-1 in a race to 5, remember.
Whenever Ashton gets a tops like that with a guide, the noise that her darts make when they hit each other, it's like no other collision in the sport. And I mean nobody, because they're so short and heavy that there's a real clunk when they hit each other. Just like that for Greaves. Another maximum for her. A third of the contest. 181 after 6, and this is the response after losing leg 3.
This has been an impeccable response. Oh, in the middle again. Don't do a Cameron Menzies. Doesn't do a Cameron Menzies. 181 turns it into 36. This is a possible 10-dart leg.
And this is why we really do love watching Greaves play. She can do 10 darters, but not this time. 12 would do. Well, all 3 darts north of double 18 there. Small margins, but no joy.
Well, but Ashton's not in range. And she's still not in range. So Greaves has got all the time in the world here. Double 18 the target. Now it's double 9. Oh, now this is getting messy. One will score with the last dart to leave double 4 again.
5 darts missed for the leg. Ashton will be leaving a finish this time. Well, she should. 181. But only 41. She's disgusted with that. Greaves is back on 4s. Now on 2s. Still on 2s with dart number 3. And that's now 8 darts to win this leg. Ashton on 140 to go 3-1 ahead.
Shots on. Oh, it's on. Double 10 for 3-1. Magnificent. Bo Greaves misses 8 darts for the leg, and Lisa Ashton weighs in with a ton 40. The champion is in trouble here in Blackpool. Greaves 3-1 down here.
First things first, Ashton's thinking, how have I got this chance? But the amount of times we've seen Lisa do that to people over the last quarter of a century, it is not an isolated incident. She's a darting assassin. Smells a chance, and that is a very, very difficult out. 140 to make it 3-1 Ashton, and now everybody is thinking, what's going on here?
3 of 7 on the outer ring for Lisa Ashton, 1 of 13 for Bo Greaves.
Her record against Greaves is not good. 32 games played. 23 wins for Greaves. And like you mentioned, Mark, Ashton hasn't beaten Greaves out a year. 2-8-1 Ashton. After 9, Greaves a little bit better off, especially after this. Another one, the 4th of the contest. 107, and there needs to be a bit of reparation done on the finishing because it hasn't been good for the ladies number 1.
Not going to go out this time either. Single 1 means the 107 can't go. And that's a good last start. Really good last start. Hits the treble 18 to get down to double 16. That may just ease the pressure here. Ashton on 2-2-1. Hits 91. Good last start.
Get rid of it, Bo. 3-1 down. Misses double 16 inside. Misses double 8 inside. Double 4. Nothing but relief for Greaves, who hits double 4 with the 3rd shot and is now 3-2 down. But the leg before the one we've just heard on talkSPORT 2, that was the biggie because it was a break of throw. Ashton retains the break. Can she use it to its full extent to get to 5 before the number 1 seed?
Yeah, race to 5 for a spot in the final. Still to come, Noah Lynn van Leeuwen takes on Fallon Sherrock in our second semi-final. And then the final, a best of 11 contest for the right to become the PDC Women's World Matchplay champion that Bo Greaves has done twice in the last 2 years.
There's going to be a lot of narrative later on when James Wade plays Luke Littler for the title of World Matchplay champion in 2025. Wade was in the final before Littler was born. Ashton was playing for England before Greaves was born. Welcome to the Sunday of generational clashes, everyone.
Ashton on throw here, 2-5 vintage, but single 5, visit saved by a treble 20, not on a finish, but down to 182. Greaves here, who needs a breaker throw in the next couple of Ashton legs. He's nowhere near.
Greaves' record in big stage darts is somewhat mythical at the age of 21. 3 lakesides, 3 wins. In fact, her World Championship debut in 2020, she lost to Suzuki. She's won every game she's played here at Blackpool. No mistake, if Ashton takes out this 64 to take a 4-2 lead, we've got a massive upset on the cards.
And she has taken it out in 2 darts. Treble 16, double 8. Ashton, we said a doubling had to be better. It has been bang on, 50% Lisa Ashton. And she's 1 leg away. And the 2-time defending champion Bo Greaves is in a world of hurt right now.
Trouble a brewing for the #1 seed. Ashton is not slowing down here. If anything, she's getting better. They're both averaging around 84 at this point in time. Greaves is going to have to find some incredible scoring to win the last 3 legs of this contest. We might have a new winner of this tournament in the next hour or so.
Possible. Fallon Sherrock, of course, could collect a 2nd title. She's in the other half of the draw here. This one, plenty of twists, 2-6-1 apiece, but Greaves in the red bit. And that was a Littler-esque maximum 4th of the contest, but it's doubling that's been troubling for Bo Greaves.
2 from 16. It's not about that now, it's about what she does from here. 81 left, that's a big 19. 62, went for the treble 10 and got a single, so
41.
Hitting the small 12 there, going for the treble. That's something that Greaves and Sherrock do when they've got 52 left, but Greaves has got 40 with Ashton sitting on 61 for the game if this doesn't go for Bo. It does go for Bo, and now she's got to go for broke, because if she doesn't break Ashton right now, it won't be 3 titles in a row for Greaves.
140 start, Lisa Ashton. Never won in Blackpool. Could be about 2 minutes away from being in the final.
If Ashton were to win this game and the title today, somebody past the hankies. This will mean a lot to Lisa today to make the final. She never has. She's lost in the semi-finals the last 3 years. To De Graaf, to Suzuki, and last year to Sherrock. Every single one of those people would go on to lose the final.
Well, Greaves is nudged in front here.
41.
Oh, 41 for Ashton, gets it out of 260. Greaves is on 265, and Greaves is at the hockey now. Looking for 519s minimum. Is that a blocker? Well, she's got 2 single 19s and then runs away and gets treble 20. So it is a good visit in the end, down to 167. Ashton strays it to the 5, and this, she's just going to take a moment here because this is now proving costly.
40.
This game proves that match darts are never a guarantee. Greaves has got 167, at least 2 visits for it. Single 20 followed by a big 19. Back up top.
59.
Doubles down on the small 20s and leaves 108. Ashton 220.
Yeah, 140 plus here. Oh, strays the wrong side of the wire. 95 could have been better. 108 then for a level game.
First start is a big 20. Good marker for the 60, but can't find it. Incredible 3 single 20s from Greaves. Ashton's got 125 to win. Gonna start Bull. Starts on Bull. 25, misses it way left into the 14. She was dreaming of a Hollywood ending, but the script might not have an ending just yet.
48 to level it up. 16 for the double for a level match. Double 8, this might be it. Double 8, miss. 2 darts, miss. Lisa Ashton should get 2 darts for a spot in the final.
Single 10 hit. Double 18. Misses it high. Then does not miss it. The streak is over. And the defending 2-time champion Bo Greaves has been eliminated by the Lancashire Rose. The dream of Lisa Ashton to become women's match play champion is still alive. She's into the final for the first time in her career and has beaten Greaves by 5 legs to 3. Not much of a celebration from Ashton at the end of that one, because she knows destiny may await in the next hour. She will have a chance to win the title that has, up until today, eluded her.
Yeah, history beckons. Will we get a new winner here? Well, we will do if Fallon Sherrock doesn't make it past Noah Lynn van Leuven in the other semi-final. That is coming up next. I'm sure there have been shockwaves in the practice room as those two get ready to make their way back onto the stage. But Bo Greaves, heavy odds-on favourite here, has been turned over in style by Lisa Ashton. That 140 checkout in leg 4, real game changer after Bo Greaves had missed 8 darts for the leg. Lisa Ashton through to her first match play final.
Well, it just goes to show, when we did our preview show with Laura Turner and Dance and Mace, we all said, Bo's going to win it. Some people even said, just give her the money, give her the trophy. There are no guarantees in darts. If you do not hit your doubles, you do not cash checks, and you do not get trophies. Greaves missed 16 darts at a double. We did say at the start of the match, Mark, if Ashton was going to have a chance, Greaves was going to have to make mistakes. She made them, and Ashton took her chances.
She did indeed. Second semi-final is on the way. Noah Lynn van Leuven will take on Fallon Sherrock. But the defending two-time champion has gone. Big shock here in Blackpool. Lisa Ashton, the Lancashire Rose, through to the final, beating Greaves by 5 legs to 3.
All the double top drama. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT.
some really good finishing there, Chris Mason, from Lisa.
Yeah, and it had to be. That was key to victory, and Bo's doubling did let her down a bit, but it was good pressure, and the 140 was fabulous from Lisa. And I think that put Bo pretty much on the back foot.
So,
yeah, great advert for the game.
Lisa Ashton into the final. Who will she meet? Well, Fallon Sherrock is already up on the stage, but the number 2 seed is heading towards the stage as well. Noelyn van Leuven, who dispensed with Lorraine Winstanley by 4 legs to zip in her quarter-final.
Yeah, Fallon was involved in a cracking game against Gemma Hayter that went all the way. Just a shame that wasn't a best of 11 or best of 13, if you like, because it was a real high-quality game. Sherrock in the mid-80s did peak at just over 100 after 3 legs played, and that would have given her a good test, a good examination coming into this match. And well, these two have got a bit of history. This is their 9th meeting, and Fallon has won the last 3.
She has,
including one back in February on the Women's Series.
Well, every meeting that they've had so far has been in the Women's Series, none in a major event like this, so they've not met on this stage before, these two. Noah's last win was September last year, and she actually bageled Fallon that day, winning 5 legs to zip.
Yeah, Noah's a much better player. This version of Noah's the one that's hit 109 average on the tour. She's won a challenge tour.
She has an 82 average for the last 12 months compared to Fallon's 80.
Yeah, but in that opening round, 75 the average for Noah, 84.59 for Fallon. And Fallon has the darts, and again, like our other semi-final, it is a race to 5, and Fallon starts with a treble 20 and a steady ton. Both will be a lot more relaxed in game 2, of course.
Yeah, should be. Well, we saw that with Lisa Ashton, didn't we? You just needed to get acclimatised back to this unique venue with the first game when she got through against Robin Byrne, and just looks so much more adept up there in that game against the defending champions. So, will it be a new name on the trophy? Because Fallon Sherrock did win the inaugural Women's World Matchplay back in 2022. Lisa Ashton's now made her first final. She's never got that far before in the 3 previous holdings of this event, so breaking new ground for Lisa. Sherrock picks off 6 19s on the cover, very nicely done, to leave us off on 208 after 9.
364 for Van Leuven, only 44, so a bit of distance between the two. Fallon 112 points in front on 208, 2 single 20s. Just thinking whether to run for cover, but she tries to find a treble 20, and I'm not quite sure how it didn't go in, the treble 20. If you do have any questions or comments for myself or Dance, or for Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson, who'll be taking you through the final, please pop them up if you are watching via the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Many of you have done so over the course of this tournament. And a beautiful setup from Sherrock to leave 32 after just 15 darts.
Yeah, Van Leuven can't get close in this leg at least. So double 16 for Sherrock to go 1-0 up. Why is it on the outside? Good marker. Actually hits double 7 next door, so double 9. She could leave it, she could split it and go elsewhere, but she's going for it and hits single 9. So there is an outside chance here for Noah. Got to hit 170 though.
Yep, 2 treble 20s in the ball, and that's not going to happen. As the opening dart's just a little high.
58.
So 144 for Fallon is the outshot. The single 1 is hit.
Likes this area of the board. Double 18's one of her favourites, and it's just next door, and wow, literally wire.
Second dart even closer than the first at double 4, but Noelyn's back in at 112. 92 left. Treble 20 would leave double 16, but she just again underpitches that dart into small 20.
Indication of a bit of nerves, that.
Yeah. So double 4 again for Sherrock. Well inside. Wow, she says. Adjusts double 2, and she's inside that, in the madhouse on double 1, and she busts her score. Double trouble. She's had 8 goes at a double in this opening leg and hasn't clinched it, so Noelin van Leuven has 56 to break here. 16 is hit, double top, just over the top, good marker, but under pitches with the final dart, and Sherrock's back in again for double 4. Half an inch outside, inside again, and a smile as she goes back down for double 2 and pins that, and relief once again for Fallon Sherrock, as it was at the end of the match against Gemma Hayter. She gets over the line to lead 1-0, but that was real problems for her on the outer ring.
Bizarre leg, wasn't it? She left a double after 15. 12 darts later, eventually takes the leg, but that's the most important stat. When you have a leg like that, averages are now irrelevant.
So just 50 score for Noelin, just dropping 2 darts into treble 5. Fallon Sherrock, who
41.
broke the glass ceiling, as the commentator famously said at the Alexandra Palace, when
57.
Ted Evitts became the first victim of a woman victorious in the World Championships.
Yeah, it was done, well, not in a World Championships, but Dieter Hedman beat Laura's husband, Aaron.
Ah.
Sorry if you're listening, pal, to bring that up.
And hello if you're listening, Dieter.
Yes. And of course, I lost to Lisa in the World Championships last year, didn't I, in the quarters?
You did.
And because of her doubling, pretty much like it was today.
There you go. Good 140 from Sherrock. This is against the Van Leuven throw. 250 plays 200 after 12 darts apiece in this second leg. It's a race to 5 to make the final. And Sherrock's going to get down to a finish. Another good visit of ton 40. Nicely done.
Yeah, back-to-back 140s taking Fallon down to 60. 165 for Van Leuven, minus these. 26 at the moment. She started on 19, which is correct at 165. So 20 and tops for Fallon for 2-0.
Tops it is. That's more like it. After all the shenanigans in the previous leg, 1 dart at tops is all that's needed to go 2-0 up.
Just the 10 darts less in that leg.
Well, we've all been there.
Well, Bo was on a 10-darter in that match.
She was.
She left 36 after 9 and ended up losing the leg to an incredible 140 finish from Lisa.
So Fallon Sherrock 2-0 up on Noelin van Leuven. England against the Netherlands here. Could be an all-English final between 2 players who, as we've said before, have something of a friendly rivalry between them.
Both have done so much for the sport over the years. Lisa, of course, a 4-time world champion, and, well, countless other world ranking titles around Europe. There's not much she hasn't won.
48.
Fallon bedecked in her pink dart shirt and pink on the translucent flights that she has. Noelin in
40.
red and purple. And Sherrock, the number 3 seed, coming down from 308 on the 18s, hit 6 of them. 7 in the end. Great visit from Fallon Sherrock, just outside of finish. And again, pressure on the Van Leuven throw here. But this is a good response from Noelin. First maximum of this semi-final. Leaving Noelin on 116.
And a confused look on Noah's face as if to say, well, where has that been?
58.
Sherrock down to 124 if she gets a go. Single 20, needs a treble, doesn't get it, so Fallon will be back at 124.
60. Fallon, you acquire
So,
124.
treble 20 first order of business. Now treble 18 would leave the bull. And she hits single 18 stays on the 18s and gets another single.
You require 56.
So to get a leg on the board, Noah-Lynn van Leuven wants 56. Hits 16 for tops. Inside tops, down for double 10. Oh, that's well pinned. And again, Noah-Lynn turns to the VIP area and says, where has that been in these early stages? But she has been broken. That's a hold on her throw. 2-1 Fallon Sherrock. Sorry, do forgive me, that's a break.
Yeah, it's back-to-back breaks. Fallon broke in leg 2, 18 dart break of throw in leg 3, and Noah's beginning to find her line and length.
Averages are very similar between the two, just a
Well,
shade under
that
70.
opening leg would have
ruined it for
yeah.
them.
81.
Saw Fallon chatting with her manager just by one of the outside entrances to the Winter Gardens, down by the TV trucks. Just I wasn't earwigging the complete conversation, but clearly as she pops in her first maximum of this semi-final, just going through what she felt went wrong with her game in that match against Gemma. She did face a match start against Gemma Hayter, we shouldn't forget.
Yes,
There's a real murmur around the
tops at 118, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a real murmur around the room when Gemma left that. Sherrock, 240 less these. Not down to a finish though. 196 left. Van Leuven on throw, looking to get back level, and 2 darts underneath the treble 20. The tricep muscle engaging, just tensing up the throw. You don't release it. You under pitch and don't find the target.
Yeah, just can't get the hand open quick enough because you slightly then over grip the dart. It's one of the few sports where you've just literally it's got to be effortless. But it's hard to tell the brain if you not to try. Single 16 should be for Fallon, and it is. So unless Noah can find a 157 out, Lisa would be 2 clear again. 2 single 20s. Just 60.
Third dart thrown with a bit of violence by Noah-Lynn. Tops for Fallon Sherrock. Good inch over the top of the bed, and then about 2 inches underneath. Down for double 10. Pins it. 3-1 up. 3 breaks in a row on that Winter Garden stage, and Fallon Sherrock is 2 away from the World Matchplay final.
Well, barring leg 1, the finishing's been very good from both.
Yeah, that was just an anomaly, you would say.
Yeah, early nerves in leg 1.
97.
Good cover. And Fallon leading 3-1 down to 404. Back comes Noah van Leuven with a ton of her own.
Fallon is going to be stepping away from the sport just to sort a few things out, injury-wise and things like that.
Yeah, health-wise.
Noah-Lynn pops in at 85, but she's only at 20 or so points ahead on the Sherrock throw. A trebleless visit from Fallon.
Yeah, her 11th. Very, very unlike Fallon.
85.
Hugh Ware calling out the scores. You can hear him there.
Well, we're at danger here of having a 4th consecutive break of throw. And again, trebleless from Fallon, down to 245. Noah 235 minus this, which is a treble 20 that's not followed, but it is with dart 3, down to 95.
Sherrock coming down to the 19s from
47.
the position she was in, but not down to a finish. Van Leuven's got 6 darts from 95 to get us back to 2-2. Double 8. Good 2 inches outside to the left, but she'll be back because Fallon Sherrock cannot take out 198. So a chance for the Dutch player to level it at 2, well, get back on throw rather at 3-2. In favour of Fallon Sherrock. Double 8 it is, but it's on the outside. 2 on the outside. Great third dart. There wasn't much to aim at there for Nolan van Leuven, but double 8 was found. And another break of throw.
They've all been completed in 18 darts or less. Someone asking, will fans be able to stay around after the Women's World Matchplay to watch the Lionesses in the Eurofinals? No, they will empty this building in double quick time. It's actually remarkable. It'll be cleaned and then relayed out with all of the sponsors' merchandise on the tables.
Yeah.
And then the doors will be open around about 6:30.
You have to mention how the PDC staff, we've seen it at the Worlds as well at Ali Pali, where an afternoon session finishes very, very late, well gone 5 o'clock, and they've got to get the doors open as soon as they can for the evening session that starts at 7.
Clean-up operations, remarkable, isn't it?
It's poetry in motion. Just brilliant work from all concerned. And by the time the doors are opened, you would never know there had been a session in there not an hour and 15 minutes beforehand. It's brilliant. So we're into leg 6. First to 5 gets through to the final. Fallon Sherrock 3-2 up on Nolan van Leuven. And it's van Leuven's throw in this 6th leg, so we're back on throw in this contest.
Yeah, Noah's 42 points behind on throw, so only 45. So Fallon from 2-4-8 has a real chance of giving us another breaker throw, and then she'll be praying to hold, because that will be game shot and the match.
Steady turn from Sherrock. Noah Lynn just failing to find a treble. 15 trebleless visits apiece. 148 Sherrock won't go on this visit. Can she set up a 2-dart cool, or maybe even a double? Treble 18 is found.
Another one of those will leave double 10.
She actually went treble 14.
Yeah, she went 42 for 32. And of course gives her the option of now 20 and tops.
Good steady turn from Noah Lynn.
Down to a ton. But can Fallon find tops? No, double 10.
She's pinned it already this afternoon in this semi-final, but not on this occasion. So Noah Lynn hits treble 20, wants tops underneath, double 10 to make it 3-3. Oh, she's wayward. Hit 15 next door to leave herself on 5. Sherrock gets the encouragement from the crowd and pins double 10 and is one away from the final. And now she has the throw in leg number 7 at 4-2 up on talkSPORT 2.
Now then, Fallon, you held in leg 1. Let's see if she can hold in leg 7. Place in the final will be hers against Lisa Ashton. And those two have had plenty of clashes.
Oh, maximum from Nolan van Leuven. No margin for error now for the player from the Netherlands, but that's popped in with no problem whatsoever. So once again, the pressure's on the player with the darts in the leg. In this case, Fallon Sherrock.
81.
So after 6 darts apiece, 3-4-6 plays 240 in van Leuven's favour. Don't forget the England women's final in the Euros in Basel will be about an hour and a quarter away on talkSPORT. I should imagine, just stick with us here on talkSPORT 2 for the conclusion of the final, and then you can just switch straight over to talkSPORT to see how the Lionesses get on against the Spanish.
And then it should be all over by the time the final starts. Oh, she bust. She bust 100. She's trying to pitch one in high to leave tops. Well, Fallon now from 199, 2 treble 20, 79 left. Should be treble 19 unless she goes aggressive for treble 13, which she did. But that's the danger. She's left herself 66.
Yep.
Well, that's a treble or a ball to double combination.
44.
Oh, Noah Lynn shaking her head. Down to 56, but Sherrock for the match wants 66. 56 left. 16 leaves double top for the match and a place in the final, and she's just underpitched. Left the door open for Noah Lynn to see if she can clean out 56. So she would 16 for tops. She gets tops, and it's 4-3, and yet another break of throw in this semi-final. And the pendulum shifts once again.
Yeah, the previous term for Fallon should have been down to the 19s. The treble would have left double 11, which isn't the nicest in the world, but the single would have left 60, so it would have been single to double. As it was, she had to burn a dart
100
to get just one match dart at a double. But it is against the throw, so Fallon wins from here.
In theory.
45.
But only 45 for Fallon Sherrock after Van Leuven started this 8th leg with a ton.
95.
Ton's backed up with 95. Fallon needs a 140 just to keep her interest in the leg.
100.
Well, 100 will have to do. The first two darts were right on top of the treble 20 bed. Noah Lynn comes down for 19s and hits treble 7 first, but then great readjustment to find treble 19, so she's keeping good scores coming. Sherrock in the red bit with first dart, but maybe another ton? 95.
95.
Yeah, she's in that territory where she's needing a 2 treble visit just to get on terms with Noah, who again finds a trouble with her last dart. Takes her down to 116. Fallon from 261. Treble 20 is in the middle, and that's a real wayward dart from Fallon. Does recover, leaves her on 140.
96 left for Noah Lynn. She's hit treble 20, double 18. It's all square. We are going to a deciding leg for the second game in a row featuring Fallon Sherrock. 4-4, but Fallon has the darts in the deciding leg. But that's been a bit of a curse in this game, Chris Mason.
Well, not unless a hold's going to be followed by a hold after all those consecutive breaks of throw. Break of throw in leg 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then a hold in leg 8. Fabulous leg from Noah, 15 darter and a 116 checkout. Fallon from 401, both in the treble. Oh, what a beautiful max that is.
What a time to hit it. 2 apiece in 180s.
No better time than in the deciding leg. 85, so Noah down to 333. 221 Fallon minus these 40 at the moment, down to a finish of 161.
But all 3 darts pitched underneath the treble. Again, a sign of nerves. Under pitching the dart. Steady ton from Van Leuven, but here we go. Sherrock. 161 won't go. But she is going to get down to a 2 dart finish. 80 scored.
Could use the ball. Oh, beautiful treble 15 to leave. Well, the double I said she does like, and that is double 18.
Oh, pressure from Noah Lynn, though. A maximum out of nowhere to get down to a 2 dart finish of 53. Will she be back for it? Double 18, Fallon Sherrock. Inside it. Cross to double 9 on the other side of the board. Just on the outside, 1 dart left. And she's too far inside. Has the chance gone? And Noah Lynn Van Leuven has 53 points between her and a World Matchplay final. 13 hit. Double top for Noah Lynn Van Leuven. 1 dart left. Oh, she's underpitched. Back with Fallon Sherrock, Chris Mason.
Yeah, 1 for double 4. Oh, she's hit double 1. 7 left. 3 for double 2.
Right down at the bottom of the board. Almost hit treble 3. Double 2. Inside it. Nerves abound on that stage. And so Noah Lynn Van Leuven has another chance to reach the final. Double 10 the target. Oh, she's hit 15. 5 left. 3 for double 1 for the match. and she's missed that. It's like the first leg all over again in the final leg.
It is. Incredibly, they've only had 18 darts so far. Fallon wants double one.
Why is it on the outside? But pins it with the second, and Fallon Sherrock finally gets over the line. She's had match darts against her in both quarter-final and this semi-final against Noelin van Leuven. But Fallon Sherrock is through. The 2022 winner of the Women's World Matchplay will now face her great rival Lisa Ashton in the final, upcoming on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, for the right to the £10,000 first prize and the trophy that's already got her name on it. But once again, Chris Mason pushed all the way by her opponent in this match.
Yeah, I mean, she had 25 darts at a double in that match. It could have been way easier, but it just shows you, with all that experience, having won it before, having played on the biggest stages of all, it still affects the players, and just relief in the to get over the line. Ended up averaging 75, which is remarkable when, like I said, she missed 20 darts at a double.
So many congratulations to Fallon Sherrock, beating the number 2 seed Noelin van Leuven to get through to the final. Remember, the men's final tonight, all our build-up starts from 7 p.m. here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. We'll review the 9 days that we've spent here on the Fylde coast, the highs and the lows, what we think of this match play compared to others that we've either covered here on talkSPORT 2 or that happened down in history since its inception back in 1994. And then James Wade and Luke Littler will get it on just after 8 o'clock tonight. James Wade was the youngest ever winner of the World Matchplay, still is as things stand, but he could be usurped tonight by the teenage wonder kid Luke Littler, looking to cross off another major prize. Just over an hour until kick-off in Basel, where England's Lionesses play the Euros final against Spain. They're going into the stadium in the next few minutes, live over on talkSPORT. But stick with us here on talkSPORT 2 and we'll bring you the final of the Women's World Matchplay. It's an all-English affair between Fallon Sherrock and Lisa Ashton, coming up shortly for you. Stay with us.
much rest will he actually get? Because I do believe they're staying in a very nice Airbnb with the kids and his missus. So, yeah, it's all about recovery for James, but it's not often. Last night we went back to the Village Hotel where we recorded our preview and little review show. We were actually sat with Josh Rock and trying to just console him, really, but he was in fine form, took it for what it was, knew the mistakes he made, but everybody there last night, there had to have been about 20 of us, not one person didn't stop talking about last night's action. And normally you sort of get back, you want to unwind, and everybody was just absolutely in awe of what we witnessed.
Luke Littler standing on the edge of a little bit of his own personal history. Can he pick up a first match play? He's the warm favourite. We heard that earlier on. He's going to have an off night, isn't he, for Wadey to win it? Yeah, I think he's going to have to come off the top a little bit, because if you consider how he played last night and how he played in the first round, for instance, we're talking about 2 games at the Winter Gardens over a very long course, averaging 108. So he's better than 14 darts per leg a lot of the time. So if Wade, I mean, I looked at a stat yesterday which is incredible. All of the legs that Wade has played in this tournament, I think it's 57. His worst leg is 18.
And I think there's only one of them. There's a 17. I think there's a 16 in there. The rest of it are 15 and 14s. That 107 and a half last night and the 108 and change in his first round match, they're inflated because of his just clean hitting. He's leaving a double after 12 and he's pop, or he's leaving a single to double and it's literally being done in 2. Where Wade isn't far. They're using the same amount of turns, but the difference between a 13 darter and a 15 darter is 15 points.
There's a lot of different narratives about tonight. Obviously, Littler wasn't born when Wade made the final here in 2006. That's a little bit laughable. But Littler's got so little experience compared to Wade, but he's already done things that James hasn't.
What was the incredible Chris Murphy tweet, or X, whatever it's called now?
Oh yeah, Chris Murphy, our colleague, last night, he stuck a tweet out, and it's got me thinking. It is 20 years at the match play versus 18 years on Earth. And I just think that's really philosophical. And we could use a little bit of that in this sport, because this is a great game tonight. Littler really doesn't care who he plays, where he plays, how much it's for. It's about going, and it's not about the money anymore. He's got plenty of that. And I don't think an extra 100 grand is going to change his life. I think winning the match play will, though.
Yeah, it's a generational match, isn't it? Like I said, it has had 20 on this stage and 10 previous finals. That experience and the way Wade has played this week, and this isn't just a one-off for Wade. He's been showing signs of this form, winning on the Pro Tour, going deep in the UK Open. He knows what it takes. But of course, Littler's a winning machine. He doesn't lose many finals, does he?
No, he doesn't, and he didn't lose the UK Open final. It's a different dynamic, of course, because when they were at Minehead in March, they were playing the 3rd game of their day. Wade seemed to run out of energy and Littler had more. This is playing a long format match, best of 35 legs. Hopefully a little bit more than that would be nice. But Littler's younger, he's got a lot more freshness, and he seemed a lot more energetic at the end of last night. Even though he played the 2nd game, maybe had a little less sleep. I think it sometimes depends on what happens before the final starts. Look back at 2018, the best final we've ever had, and it was live on the talkSPORT network. Mensah Suljovic almost didn't play in that game because he was so nervous. He had anxiety, nausea before that game even started. It was a miracle he turned up, and look what he did.
It's an incredible game, wasn't it? Absolutely remarkable. It's Gary Anderson's win that week. We had a 9-darter that week as well from Gary. Maybe the fact that Luke's had a 9, maybe that's a sign. Who knows? I certainly think it's a sign for Fallon. I think her name's on the pot.
Yeah, well, we'll build up more tonight towards the PDC World Matchplay final. 7 o'clock start live on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. I'll ask you again, please like and subscribe. Lots of you doing that. across the week here. What a 9 days it has been so far, and what a tournament the women's match play has been so far. We are down to the final, a best of 11 contest between Lisa Ashton, looking to win this for the first time, against Fallon Sherrock, who's looking for a second title here, having won the inaugural tournament back in 2002. They have met here a couple of times. It's one each when it comes to the head-to-head record, but the overall head-to-head record, well, it tells us two things. Lisa Ashton has won a lot more games than Fallon has, but Fallon's got the much better recent form.
Yes, she has, but I question how sharp Fallon actually is. She's been very in and out today. When she's been in, she's looked great. When she's been out, she's looked very rusty. What they're about to do is something that nobody else has done. This is going to be their third game in this tournament. They'll have played in every round. So they've played a quarter-final, they've played a semi-final, now they're going to play a final. Fallon has won it before, Lisa hasn't. And I think, with all due respect to Fallon, who has done so much for the ladies' game over the last 6 or 7 years, I think the one person who wants this the most is Lisa, because this is the missing piece of the puzzle. I'm not taking anything away from Fallon whatsoever. I'm actually a friend of hers. But if she were to win this title, I don't think that would be as much of a story as Lisa winning it, because of what she's tried to do over the last couple of years, repairing an injured arm, going through the rehab, taking step by step to try and get back to the player that she wants to be, and it was all trying to peak for this. She's in the final for the first time. She doesn't want to waste this opportunity, because if I may be frank, it might be her last chance.
Could be. You just mentioned it there. Fallon Sherrock is her name on the trophy. Gemma Hayter missed tops to win in the opening match of the day, and then Noelin van Leeuwen made a bit of a mess of it after Fallon herself had missed multiple match darts, but 4 missed darts for Noelin. Sometimes we say it a lot, you need the other person to miss, and the other person has missed today. Luckily for Fallon.
Yeah, and you know you can say the same for the two guys. The trouble that Littler's been in at times, the trouble that James Wade was in against Jonny Clayton, and sometimes I don't like using the word luck, it's just you get a bit fortunate that they miss, because you've still got a hit. But yeah, listen, I'd love to see Lisa win it. I've known Lisa her whole career, and like Paul said, there's nothing she hasn't won, with the exception of the Women's World Matchplay, and what she's gone through, and like Paul said, the rebuilding process, it's been quite remarkable. And yeah, I'd see them both win it when they can, but yeah, just for me, just sort of as a repayment for Lisa's dedication.
The 3 biggest names in ladies darts in the last decade, you're talking about Sherrock, you're talking, and you're talking about Greaves. Greaves is out of this tournament because Ashton was able to find more doubles. What more can you say? The right in the final on this very sport, because if somebody misses the chance, you take it. That's exactly what Lisa's done. But there is a rivalry, or there has been, between these two in past seasons. If I may say so, the 4 weren't very good. They both went the distance, 4-3 and 5-4. The averages reflect a great nerves in those matches, whether it was quarter-final or semi-final. It's because they really want to beat each other up.
Yeah, you sometimes get a scenario like where there's too much respect, or you just want to win too badly because you just want to get one over on them. And I think it's the latter, because the clashes over the years. These two were, before Bo come along, this was the big rivalry.
Yeah, Lisa's won 4 Lakesides, and she's very proud of that. I'm sure she would like to get another one to get to 5. But obviously Fallon hasn't won a world title. She looks at this like her world title. She'd like to get a second one, to be on 2 with Bo Greaves. That would be something for Fallon. I said that this is all about Lisa and her getting the fingerprints on the trophy, but imagine how Fallon's going to feel if she gets a second one, because let's face it, everybody was talking about Bo coming into this. Not many people were talking about Sherrock for maybe the first time in half a decade.
Yeah.
We did say, though, if there's anybody that does raise their game, because there's no particular form coming into this for Fallon. It's been a tough time, as well as dealing with ill health. But we said it right at the top, Fallon, she's very much like Dimitri. You stick her 4 foot off the ground and she comes alive.
Well, we've mentioned mismatched darts, but there have been patches, certainly that first 3 legs averaging over a ton in that first match with Gemma Hayter. And when needed, she's found her scoring boots. So it's not all doom and gloom, is it? It's not like he's found a way to win the games. And Lisa Ashton, Dublin was poor first game, got a bit of a free ride really in that first match up with Robin Byrne, who only had 2 darts at a double and averaged just over 60. So, but Ashton was much. They both know they can win it. It's such. I think it's a toss of a coin.
I'm with you, coin flip.
I think we can all agree that the 140 checkout shouldn't really have even had a look at.
It came from nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, but her hitting that, it has transformed her afternoon. And if she can use that as a galvanizer into this final, then it could be destiny for the Lancashire Rose to win on home soil. I was the one that said that not many people from the northwest of England can win match play titles. It's only Nathan Aspinall that's done it. There are so many players who haven't. Baxter, you look at Michael Smith, you look at Stephen Bunting, Dave Chisnell, Alan Warren a little. There are so many names who haven't. Ashton could change that in the next half an hour.
Well, we will see. We are getting ready for the action. Thanks to Chris. He'll be back with us tonight from 7 o'clock, talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, in front of what I suspect is a record crowd here in Blackpool for the Women's World Matchplay. It is almost time to meet our finalists here today. Lisa Ashton is taking on Fallon. 8 started, final 2. Get their hands on the trophy and that £10,000 first prize here at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. We are seconds away. What's your gut feeling, Nico?
Well, good feeling is this is not about standard, this is about determination and who's going to. You might only need one, but there's something else we can't forget as well, Mark. You win this title, you're going to the Palace. It's a huge carrot. Imagine getting that solid. July, you can make plans. It will be massive to win the title. To get to the Palace on top of that was the this is arguably the biggest game in ladies darts.
It's now first, please welcome all-time champion, the Lancashire Lisa
Lisa Ashton has been at the top of women's darts for a long, long time. Well, this is the first time she strolls onto this stage as a finalist. It's a great point you make, Paul, about that world, because £50 for getting in the tournament. So you're not playing for 10 now, you're playing for 25 in effect.
It's a lot of money. They can how comfortable you are the year. This rivalry in ladies in the last decade. Rick will walk second, and she's about to grace the ballroom.
The iconic pink shirt and the black trousers. Fallon nearly walked into the camera then. That would have been unfortunate. Big smile. And a little bit of fortune on the way, but also played some magnificent darts as well in and amongst it. Who is going to hold their nerve? This is a rivalry that has boiled and boiled for many. And big bragging rights and a big title up for grabs.
I'm not going to lie, Mark, there's a nervousness about the Empress Ballroom right now, because all of these darts fans in this crowd, they know the significance of the Sherrock Ashton game. Wherever they play, whether it's a women's series event, whether it's an exhibition, they want to beat each other up on the dartboard, but this doesn't get any bigger. There's going to be silence in this place when they are throwing, but in about 20 to 30 minutes, after possibly 11 legs, someone is going to be very close to tears for good reason.
Yeah, first to 6 in the final. Into the final on the back of wins over Robin Byrne, 4-2, and then that huge performance from Lisa to see off the two-time defending champion Bo Greaves, 5-3 in the semi-finals. Fallon Sherrock survived a match start against Gemma Hayter, but found a way to win 4-3, and then survived multiple match starts to beat Noah Lynn van Leuven by 5 legs to 4. They're both through to the final. Who will come out on top here? We're live on talkSPORT 2. We're live on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel as well. Please like and subscribe over there. Race to 6 to become the match play champion here in Blackpool. And it is Fallon Sherrock who is first at the hockey and opens up with a steady ton.
And that's exactly what you want to do in a game of this magnitude. You want to start steady or explosive. And Ashton starts just a little bit better with a 140. Now, you mentioned the head-to-head record that Sherrock has had the better of Ashton recently. He's had the better of Ashton going into the semi-final. It meant absolutely nothing. All bets are off now. It's all about one game, one title, who gets it. And Ashton is starting supremely.
2 ton 40s on the Sherrock throw. Sherrock on 3.74s at the hockey now. He's looking for a ton 40 of her own and will get a steady ton, so she's 53 in arrears. But Ashton at the board here. Well, Ashton's doubling in round 1 wasn't great. In the semi-final it was 50%, bang on. It's going to take that kind of performance, you feel, to win this. And again, silence in the arena. It is going to be a record crowd. I'm pretty confident about that. It's been a great atmosphere. Feels like a breakthrough for the women's game again.
Absolutely. Treble 5 start here for Lisa. Gets a treble with the next start in the 20s, but then veers to the right to get a single 1. 76 scored to leave 85. Guaranteed shot against the throw in leg 1 of the final. Sherrock on 2-1-4. Only 85 in the end to leave 1-2-9. So Ashton, the number 4 seed, looking for 85 and a 1-0 lead.
Single 15 hit, treble 20 hit, double 5 hit, 85 in bits. And it's an early break of throw for Lisa Ashton.
What's the perfect start? Her team in the bottom left corner of this place is going to be very, very nervous. Her daughter, her future son-in-law, her manager, her husband, all here. And they've seen her. In fact, Sherrock's biggest win in a major, apart from Blackpool, came just down the road in Preston when she won the World Darts Trophy. She lives northwest of England.
Well, she's in the red bit here. Can't follow it in sing 5. Just resets on the hockey. 85 scored. So Ashton on 2.76. 85 and Ashton at the hockey. It leads a leg to 0. Race to 6.
Nice to see Lisa throwing with such freedom and fluency, because a little over a year ago the sleeve came off the right arm and she went under the knife. The recovery has been good. She has won a Modus Super Series Women's Week title since then. And from 191, she scores 97 with a single 17 to leave 94 to take a 2-0 lead.
Yep, Sherrock on 2.42. Could be looking at her first max in the final. 140, not bad. Ashton, though, first in 94. Treble 18 for tops. Ooh, went the bull route and hit a single 5.
Yeah, good inch and a half above the bull. Can't recover. Small 7. And then a big 14. Opening the door for Sherrock to possibly break straight back. 102 needs a treble. Not got it. Single 1. Shot still on, but doesn't get the treble 17, and the shot is now off. Ashton will return on 68.
You made that point about nerves and just the sheer desire to win. There are nerves early on here. Ashton knows it, treble 24, and that is clinical. That is clinical. 2-0 Ashton leads. Well, I said there was nerves. That was nerveless. Brilliant from Ashton.
That kind of finishing could take her a long way here this afternoon. 32 darts for the first 2 legs. That is a good standard. It is a good 12 thirds of Sherrock this afternoon.
Yeah. Both go off with 60 start. 3, Sherrock on throw, and Fallon is in. Treble, 140. No panic yet, race to 6, a little bit long. Fallon, when she has played this afternoon. Well, she was 3-0 up against Gemma Hayter, and she was against Noelyn van Leeuwen. So, not really experienced being behind, but this is a good response from Sherrock. 9 darts in, down to 161. Ashton having a quieter leg here. Ton down to 281.
Needs a bit of breathing space, you feel. Sherrock, she's got 80 from 161 here. Down for the 15s and gets a beautifully picked off treble to leave 36. Has had a little bit of trouble on that double here today. Nice and clean before Ashton bears 135, leaves 146 for Ashton. And Sherrock takes 36 right in the corner. Almost in double four, but just about in the red bit to cut the arrears to 1. 2-1 to Ashton in the final on talkSPORT 2.
Yeah, and it is only one break of throw. Steady ton for Ashton. There's a nice flow to this final here in Blackpool. Ton in response for Sherrock. It was more measured than Lisa. Lisa's quite fast, as we said earlier on. Two styles that are totally different, but lead to very good outcomes by and large.
Just looking at some of the games that these two have played against each other, I've got to say this is the biggest one they've ever played. There's so much on the line. Destiny, legacy, money, future. And this is good all of a sudden. Initial nerves are gone. That's a 140 from Sherrock to leave 127. Ashton's done well to leave 176 after 9. It's coming down, but is it rapid enough? 40. Only 40. It looked better than that, but it was only 40.
Yeah. Treble 19 will leave the bull for Fallon. Doesn't find the treble 19. Does find treble 16 though. Great layup from Sherrock. 136. This would be akin to the 140 against Bo Greaves, but it's not going to go. So Fallon, who trailed 2-0, is a dart away from being level at 2-2.
They're both on a double after 15 here. Well, Sherrock's actually on a double after 12. Double 10 after missing tops. No emotion from Sherrock. She's dialed in emotionally now. Has weathered the early storm, and it's 2-2. Every game they've played on this stage against each other has gone the distance. If it happens again, I think we can safely say it. This is the best Women's World Matchplay competition we've had in the 4 years it's been running.
Yeah. It's a standalone event and it's all right anyway, but it is starting to grow in stature, isn't it now? That is for sure.
We talk about it all year. This is what these ladies want to qualify for. Of course they want to get to the Palace at the end of the year, but this is their tournament. Great game. Averages both 94 and change now. Both of them dialed in. Both landing blows, and that treble 19 pulverised by Sherrock to get a 134 score to leave 186.
Yeah. Ashton wants to be in that as well, but from 265 she's made a little bit of a mess of that. Not quite down to a finish. 179. Sherrock at the hockey on 186.
Every department in this game has cooperated. Great rhythm from both players. Collectively 4 out of 5 on the doubles. Treble 19 scored by Ashton starting on 179. 97 leaves 82. Sherrock on 86 to take the lead for the first time.
Hits the treble 18, needs 2 16s, now needs double 8. 1 dart in hand. And 1 dart is all she needs, right in the bottom corner again. 3 on the spin for Sherrock. That treble 18 sets up 2 goes at the double. And it's 3-2.
What a day this could be for English sport. One of Ashton or Sherrock will become World Matchplay champion. And a little bit later on, could the Lionesses take out the Spanish to become 2-time champions themselves?
Yeah. There's a max, the first of the contest, goes away with Lisa Ashton.
Just surveying the noise and the tension out on the floor and on the balconies right now. There are people on every level watching this stage thinking, we want to know what happens next.
44.
Enjoying this match. It is sensational. Maybe the best game we've seen on this stage in this tournament's history. We've seen better performances as an individual average, but toe to toe, this is right up there. 152 for Ashton, 60 hit, but does not get another.
92.
92 leaves 60. Sherrock way back on 258. Yeah, these are two very, very pleasing performances. 60, 20 is high. Tops is over the top twice, so an outside look for Fallon Sherrock.
Ashton didn't like the single 20 there on 60. It was too high and it blocked the tops. But at least she's coming back for that tops, which she's missed already twice. And there's going to be nothing in the way. But Sherrock with a 1-3-4 to leave double 12, just in case. Ashton tops, hits it immediately. They're both 3 from 5 on the doubles. At the halfway point of what is looking like an absolute belter of a final. We still haven't got a clue who's winning this one.
Oh, now Fallon has just had 57 points fall on the floor, hit the wire, you heard the clash, and then it went into the board and just fell out, the juice taken out of the throw.
He said it was the clash. That dart was saying, should I stay or should I go? And it went to the floor. You can't dwell on it, you just have to move on. Only 60 scored from Sherrock. Leaves 3-7-9. Once again, Blackpool goes silent.
59.
It's one of those legs that no one's got a hold of yet. I'm already thinking, it's a shame you don't have to win by 2 clear legs in this one. We could be going on a while.
Yeah, this one could last a long time. And we know what Sherrock did at the Slam a few years ago. She took Peter Wright to 30 legs.
45.
So she can go the distance, but that was a very different time. This right now will feel like long format darts to these ladies. They don't play best of 11 a great deal. Greaves does. These two don't.
Yeah, Sherrock on 210, Ashton on 352. Remember, Lisa Ashton is going to have to find a break of throw. That gets her right back in the leg, the 140.
At that point, when she hits that 140, there's 2 points between them in the entire game. It's just like last night with Clayton and Wade when they had exactly the same average after about 30 legs.
32 legs it was. That's a great 140 down to 72. Sherrock on 110 to hold throw. Oh, gets a treble 19. Great first start. Hits the single 17 to leave double 18. Hits the wrong double, double 4.
Well, too many times in this game she's gone too low on her target. Twice she's gotten away with it, but this time she didn't. Hit double 4 instead of double 18. Ashton needs 72 tops. Clinical once again. And that's why she's got 4 stars on the back of her shirt. And she's now got 4 legs in the final. Ashton is within 2 legs of completing her story. I don't mean to go all Cody Rhodes, but she really is gunning for this.
Fallon pushed again. Ashton won the opening 2 legs. Fallon hit back with 3 of her own to lead 3-2, and then Ashton's hit back with 2 of her own. It's 4-3. It's a race to 6. Ashton 2 holds a throw away from history.
How much credit can we give Fallon as well? 4th tournament. This is her 3rd final.
It is.
And that's a fine 180. Whenever she's been hit hard in this tournament, she's found a way to bounce back.
This is far from over. Far from over. Only 60 Ashton. Sherrock looking to get a break straight back. She's in the red bit again. We mentioned earlier, when she's been pushed, she has found answers. And that's a great 2-visit combo.
What an advert for the ladies' game this is. And it doesn't even include the best player in ladies' darts. 136. 4-3 down, not going to take it. Small 20 start. 19s is the switch. Only gets a single after a big 7. Leaves 90. Ashton at 150 for 5-3. Might take it. 60 hit. Stay there. She did, but she sailed over the top with dart 2.
90.
Leaves 60 points. Sherrock needs 90 for 4-4.
Single 20. Got to get another one of those minimum. It's the bullseye for a level match for Fallon Sherrock. Oh, line was good, but it's way over pitched. And this is a moment now for Ashton to seize a grip on the final.
Second time she's had 60. This time tops is open. Missed the first one. And somehow the second dart at tops does not nestle underneath the marker. It found the gap. Sherrock's on 45. She hit this in the quarterfinal to win. And she's hit it again. 4 out of 8 on the double. Sherrock averaging 92.53 after 8 legs. Ashton missed 2 for 5-3 up. This game is amazing.
This is elite level sport, and Sherrock's power scoring in that last leg created the opportunity. How that second dart for Lisa Ashton didn't go in, I'll never know. She had a marker, she hit the marker, and it still didn't go in. But Sherrock opens up with a 2 treble combo start of leg 9. And she once again is digging deep, and once again is finding the scoring she needs.
2-6-7 after 6 for Sherrock. Ashton's dream of being match play champion is a little bit further away than it was about 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, I think those 2 missed start. It goes 5-3. You're back here to see it out. Now she's got to break again, and she's not in this leg at all. Sherrock on 1-2-7, Ashton 3-60. The best Ashton can do is hope to take it to a decider.
Sherrock 1-2-7, gets a small 20 start, goes to the 19s and gets a small one down there. Goes to the treble 16 and gets it. Now has the knowledge that tops is calling her name for a 5-4 lead on the throw. Ashton is way back on 220. Is Sherrock leading? She might be if she hits tops with dart 2. She's got 2 markers over the top of tops. Dart 3 nestles in lovely, and she looks to the heavens as if to say thank you for that. 1 more leg for Sherrock to be a 2-time match play champion. If Ashton wants this missing piece of the puzzle, she needs to win this leg and the next.
Fallon Sherrock, maybe 3 or 4 or 4 or 5 visits away from becoming a 2-time women's match play champion. Won the inaugural event in 2002.
Oh, now Lisa's had 60 on the floor. The collision was violent, but she's still got a half dart lead. Sherrock on 4-0-8 here. The switching has been so good from Sherrock. Only 1 treble 19 this time. Dart number 3 goes into treble 7 to leave 310. That might be a happy accident.
Yep. 140 would leave the big fish. Ashton is floundering here. A visit in front, but only 9 in front as Sherrock came to the hockey. Can't find the cover this time. Down to 270. Ashton 301. Needs a big. The trebles have dried up.
And she's short of this one. Trying to bend one around to try and get the treble 20. Can't. And then down in the 17s, it's only a single. 244. Sherrock's got 6 darts from here to be champion. 270. How much does it come down by? 140 points. She will have a shot to win this tournament.
Lisa's got to hit a treble. Oh, that is a disaster. Sherrock's got 2 visits. 130 to wrap it up in style. She's in the treble. Went for treble 18, knowing that she would have another visit if she needed it. It's tops for the title for Fallon Sherrock.
That was tremendous game awareness from Sherrock, because her initial thought was go for the 60 or the 20 again. She didn't need to. Now she knows exactly what she's going for. It's tops. Fallon Sherrock needs double 10 to win. 1 more dart. She's missed 3 darts to win this title. Can Ashton resurrect herself again, this time with 144?
No, sadly for her is the answer. She just cannot find a treble. Take 2 for Fallon Sherrock, then 3 match starts for the title have been and gone. Another 3. She's inside double 10. Oh, she's inside double 5. This is a disaster. And she's pushed the score, and Ashton will get a look at 86 to take us all the way.
2 single 18s for Bull. But she's hit a 4. She needs to recover. She got a treble 14 tops. And she's missed it just high. Maybe it's a blessing that Sherrock bust a score in the previous visit. Now it's double 10 again for Sherrock. Misses it just to the right. Then to the left. 5s. Missed again low. This final is nerve-filled. Tops for Ashton. Are we going the distance? Double 10. Hit by Ashton. And after everything that Sherrock had on the plate in what is now the penultimate leg, it's all history. History will be made in this leg, the last leg of this tournament.
It is a one-leg shootout. Sherrock has just spurned 6 match darts, but comes back with a 140 at the start of the deciding leg. 6 opportunities to win it. Can Lisa Ashton drag herself into this leg against the throw, or is Sherrock going to rip it out of her hands and win a second title?
How much is this weekend going to take out of the average darts fan? There's only so much these people can handle, but these players are delivering under the most ridiculous pressure. Great 140 from Ashton, equalises the score. They're dead level at 3-1 and 5-all.
There is nothing in it. Nothing in it at all. But that's a great last dart ton for Sherrock. 201 points away from victory. Can Ashton get a 2 treble visit? She can. She's going to be on a finish. She fires in a maximum. Wow.
That's the last one of the game. But Sherrock's got 201 and 2 trebles herself. Treble 15 found as well. 165 to leave 36 for the title, but only if Ashton misses 121 for Destiny. Single 20 found. 51 not found, and Sherrock, who's had troubles on double 18 today, has got it to win 6-5.
6 match starts missed. Make that 7. 8, double 9 across the board. And that is pulled badly into the single 14. Lisa Ashton, 64 for the title.
She's got tops, and she hits tops. It's destiny for Ashton. The missing piece of the puzzle has been found in Lancashire, and the rose has bloomed. She rode her luck like maybe she never has before. Sherrock had multiple visits to win this one, 6-4 and 6-5. But maybe that is what Lisa has been searching for the last half decade. To see how much that means to her, we'll have to find out. That will hurt Sherrock an awful lot. She played so well, Mark, to put herself in position not once, not twice, but multiple times. But that is without a doubt the best women's match play we've ever had, the best final we've ever had. It's just a shame that it's over. I said there'd be tears. Maybe for the first time in her career, Lisa Ashton will shed them.
That tops followed the treble 8 and gave a 2 dart out. 50% on the doubles for Lisa Ashton.
Game chemistry. That's what this sport is all about. When you get the right 2 opponents, they can do anything. And it's now time for the presentation. Over to Lewis Jones.
And from our title sponsor, Betfred, Mr. Mark Pearson. And first, our runner-up receiving £5,000. Please welcome the Queen of the Palace, Fallon Sherrock.
Well, Fallon has got a smile, graciously accepts the runners-up prize, but inside must be a little bit broken. 3 visits to wrap it up, couldn't get it done, and that means Lisa Ashton is the new PDC Women's Match Play champion. Gets that fantastic trophy. A trophy fitting of the biggest tournament in women's darts in the PDC. The crowd chant her name, and it's a destiny Paul Nicholson fulfilled. The fireworks make a jump, but the fireworks that signal she can lift that great trophy. The confetti comes down, she blows a kiss to the crowd. Lisa Ashton is your Blackpool winner.
I think this place has taken a lot in the last few days. The incredible heroics of the fellas. But the ladies this afternoon, they stole the show. And whenever Sherrock and Ashton go head to head, it is memorable. I really hope these two qualify for next year's event. But I suppose the biggest story, apart from Lisa winning this tournament, is that she's going back to the Palace, where there's a little bit more destiny as well. She's never won a game at the Palace. Maybe that could be a little bit of a cherry on the cake, because she's going to get her chance now.
Yeah, that is it. All the riches that this win brings for her. Commiserations to Fallon Sherrock, who played some great stuff throughout, but ultimately in the final couldn't get it done. She has to stand on for the second time here. She is a match play runner-up. 3 finals in 4 years is some effort. And Lisa Ashton, in her first final, gets it done at the first attempt.
Quite something, wasn't it, this tournament? I think when we woke up this morning, our first thought was, who's going to win between Littler and Wade tonight? But we have been transfixed by the best women's match play final in the 4 years this has been run. I applaud the PDC for them bringing this tournament in 2022, but I'll applaud both ladies who were in this final, because without them, without Lisa, without Fallon, this tournament wouldn't even have taken place in 2022. Lisa getting the tour card in 2020, Fallon doing everything she did in 2019. These two girls have set all of this up, and they deserve all the credit.
They certainly do. And a first-time winner in the women's. Are we getting a first-time winner in the men's tonight?
I think we are. I think Littler will be a little bit fresher. I think Wade had a lot taken out of him last night by Clayton. I'm going to go for a Littler win, but I think Wade will push him a long way.
Okay, we will be back 7 o'clock. All the build-up to the PDC World Matchplay final between James Wade and Luke Littler. Next on talkSPORT 2, it's live Formula E action from Royal Docklands in East London. And over on talkSPORT, their final preparations for the Euro 2025 women's final between England and Spain. Can England go back-to-back? We'll find out. Good luck to the Lionesses. We've had 2 darting Lionesses on the hockey here, and it's Lisa Ashton's turn. She completes the set. Well played, Fallon Sherrock. It wasn't to be for Fallon, but Lisa Ashton is your women's PDC World Matchplay champion. She's won it by 6 legs to 5.
Where can you get the latest breaking sports news delivered with the laser-like
Thank you, sir.
of Michael Van?
Cheers, mate.